Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the opener of a three-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the first of a three-game set between the Grizzlies and the Mountain Division rival Idaho Steelheads. It's the fourth of six straight meetings here at Maverik Center, fourth of a six-game homestand. And for the Grizzlies, it's the first of six meetings against Idaho over the next 18 days. And over the next 3 weeks, the Grizzlies will take on three teams that they're looking to kind of catch up on in the Mountain Division standings. Three teams the Grizzlies are immediately looking up on at the Mountain Division standings. Utah is coming in with a record of 13, 22, 3-1. The Grizz picked up 3 out of a possible 6 standings points this past weekend against the Wichita Thunder. In the Grizzlies' most recent game on Monday night, Utah took a 2-0 lead as Cole Fonstad and Brian Yoon each scored within the first 5 minutes of the contest. Wichita scored 2 goals 18 seconds apart late in the second period to tie the game up at 2. The Thunder took a 3-2 lead 11.5 minutes into the third period as T.J. Lloyd found the back of the net. And Wichita maintained a 3-2 lead until Neil Shea scored the tying goal 18-12 into the third period. And neither team scored in overtime. We went to a shootout. The only player that scored in the shootout was Wichita's Mikael Stenell as the Thunder came away with a 4-3 victory. So that was an interesting series. The Grizzlies in the middle game of that set last Saturday broke a team record for the most goals in a single period with 7 second period goals in Utah's 9-3 victory. The Grizzlies, if you count the 8 unanswered goals in the last 2 periods on Saturday and the first 2 goals on Monday, the Grizzlies scored 10 unanswered goals at one point in the series against the Wichita Thunder. Should be a fun one here tonight. We got a good goaltending matchup. Jake Barcheski will get the start for the Grizzlies, and he will be opposed by Idaho's Ben Cross, who was outstanding against Utah on January 4th of this year. And that is the last time the Grizzlies met the Steelheads. This will be the 4th of 9 regular season meetings between the clubs. The previous 3 games were held in Idaho Central Arena, and the Grizzlies have a 1-2 record against the Steelheads this season. If you're in the West Valley area, come on down and join us as we got some good seats available and we got a lot of fun. Don't forget that tomorrow's going to be the annual Guns N' Hoses extravaganza. Tickets are going fast. It's expected to be a sellout. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. And don't forget the third and final game of this series will be on Monday night. And with that, you can get a family 4-pack of tickets for just $48. It's going to be a ton of fun here this weekend, so get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. When we come back, we'll talk about who's been some of the hot players for the Grizzlies. And for Idaho, they get 2 key players back from injury, and one of their best forwards from last season returns to their club, and Wade Murphy will make his Idaho season debut. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-off is in about 15 minutes from now as Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads for the 4th time this season. But believe it or not, it's the first time the Steelheads will be here this season. It's the first of 6 meetings here at Maverik Center over the next 18 days. Well, for the Grizzlies, it's been home sweet home for Neil Shea and Keaton Mastrodonato. Both guys have been absolutely outstanding here on the Maverik Center ice this season. Neil Shea had 1 goal and 1 assist on Monday night against the Wichita Thunder. Shea picked up that big game-tying goal with 1:48 seconds left in regulation. Shea's got a point in all 12 home games he's appeared in, and he's averaging exactly 2 points per game. at home this season, 12 goals and 12 assists. Shea has taken 58 shots on goal in 12 home games this season, averaging about 5 shots per game. Keaton Mastrodonado had 1 assist on Monday against Wichita. The Maestro has a point in all 10 home games he's appeared in, 5 goals and 13 assists. He is averaging 1.80 points per game here at home, and he's averaging close to 5 shots per game. Mastrodonado is facing his former Idaho Steelheads teammates. The Maestro had 24 goals in 48 games for the Steelheads last season. Brian Yoon's been outstanding. He had a power play goal in each of the 3 games in the Wichita series. Yoon's got a point in 4 straight games. Cole Fonstad had 4 goals in the 3-game series against Wichita. Fonstad, like Yoon, has a point in 4 straight games. It's always fun when the Grizzlies face the Steelheads. For Idaho, All-Star Hank Crone returns to the lineup after missing 10 straight games. Crone is averaging more than a point per game, and he was the league's MVP for Allen a couple years ago. So watch out for Hank Crone, and also watch out for Grizzly killer Wade Murphy. That's right, Wade Murphy, who started the season in Slovakia, and he signed with the Steelheads a couple weeks ago. He was on injured reserve, but Wade Murphy is off injured reserve, and he's going to be in the Idaho lineup tonight for the first time this season. Murphy in 52 games for Idaho last year. He scored 25 goals and 41 assists. He had 66 points. He also had 11 points in 10 playoff games for the Steelheads last year. This will be his 3rd season in an Idaho uniform, and that is a huge addition for a Steelheads club that's really had a ton of injuries. You know, they get Nick Canati back tonight, who's missed 9 straight games. We had mentioned Crone's back after missing 10 straight games. They're still without Ty Pelton-Bice and a couple other key players. Patrick Cutler's going to be out of the lineup once again for Idaho. And so for the Steelheads, they've really had to battle after it a little bit, both the injury front and players leaving overseas. The Steelheads are 5-4-1 in the month of January. However, they've been outscored 32-24, so they are a -8 in the goal differential here in the month of January. For the Grizzlies, they played some pretty good hockey as of late. They picked up 3 out of 6 standings points against Wichita. The Grizzlies are 8-6-0-1 over their last 15 games. And really, the Grizzlies have picked it up over the last 16 contests. Utah's averaging just over 4 goals per game in their last 16 games, 65 goals in 16 games. And also watch out for Utah's power play. It's been mighty as of late. The Grizzlies are 7-for-14 on the power play over the last 4 games. Utah has 11 power play goals in their last 9 games. So it's a Grizzlies club that's played pretty well offensively over the last month plus, and they're taking on an Idaho Steelheads team that has a pretty good goaltender in Ben Cross. Cross was the #1 star on January 4th when the Steelheads defeated the Grizzlies 2-1. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams. You're listening to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's get to the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Idaho Steelheads, who are led by head coach Everett Sheen. This is his 5th season as Steelheads head coach. His next victory will be number 200 as Idaho's head coach. Sheen's got a record of 199, 97, 12, and 9. He has a .661 winning percentage as Idaho Steelheads head coach. Getting the start in net is Ben Cross, who's a big 6'5", 195-pound goaltender. Cross in 18 games this season has a record of 11, 4, and 3. He has a 3.28 goals against average and a .905 save percentage. So Cross has good size. He'll be backed up by Brian Thompson. Cross signed a one-year NHL contract with the Dallas Stars back on March 25th of 2024. The Steelheads come in with a record of 21-15-4. They are 9-7-1 away from the friendly confines of Idaho Central Arena. We mentioned Cross, the goaltender. The starting defensive pairing is Matt Register and Trevor Zins. And it feels like Matt Register's played 100 games against the Grizzlies. Well, you'd be right. He's played 103 games against the Grizzlies if you count the postseason all time. Register's got a point in 5 straight games. As for Trevor Zins, he has appeared in every game this season. In fact, Register and Zins are the only 2 players who have appeared in every game for the Steelheads this season. Zins has 1 goal on the year, and that came on January 4th against the Grizzlies in the first period. He fired away from the right point. For a while, we thought the puck was played with an Idaho high stick. However, it was played with the Utah high stick, and so the goal counted, and that is Zinn's only goal of the season. So starting defensive pairing once again is Register and Zins. We will also see Jason Horvath paired up with Reese Harsh. Harsh has 3 goals and a +8 rating this season. The third defensive pairing is Nick Canati and Peter Walton. Canati had been a defenseman with Idaho this season. He had moved to forward, but Nick Canati, who's back after missing 9 straight games due to injury, he will be a defenseman for Idaho tonight. And Canati's paired up with Peter Walton, who has 1 goal and 3 assists in 24 games. The defensive scratches for Idaho include Ryan Gagnon and Patrick Cudlin. The Cudla subtraction is certainly big for the Idaho lineup, as last season he was the league's defenseman of the year. So it's going to be Zins and Register starting at the defensive spots. The starting forwards for Idaho include Andre Bakanov, who has 7 goals and 4 assists in 34 games. Bakanov started the season with another club. He joined Idaho on January 7th and has 3 multiple-point games in 7 contests with Idaho. Brendan Hoffman has been outstanding for Idaho. He has 16 goals and 14 assists in 39 games. Hoffman has a point in 7 of his last 11 games, 6 goals and 7 assists. And Andrew Blount will also be in the starting lineup. Blount is making his 4th appearance against the Grizzlies this year. He was with the Indy Fuel in a 3-game series here at Maverik Center in late November. Blount is 5'10", 185 pounds. He has 6 goals and 7 assists in 35 games. That is the second forward line on Everett Sheen's lineup card, as Bakanov, Hoffman, and Blount will be the starters. We also see Hank Crone, who's back after missing 10 straight games. Crone is an all-star this season. He has 10 goals and 27 assists in 30 games and a +12 rating. Idaho captain A.J. White has appeared in just about as many games against Utah as Matt Register. White, Steelheads captain, has 6 goals and 27 assists in 39 games. And Wade Murphy, we had mentioned him prior. He started the season in Slovakia, signed with the Steelheads a couple weeks ago. He was on injured reserve, and Murphy is making his Idaho season debut. He was one of the Steelheads' best forwards last season, averaging more than a point per game with 25 goals and 41 assists, 66 points in 52 games. And Murphy had a lot of success against the Grizzlies over the last couple years. So that's the top forward line for Idaho: Crone, White, and Murphy. You also see Dimitrios Komatsis lined up with Connor McEachern and Patrick Moynihan. Jade Miller, Blake Svetlikov, and Mason McCarty are the 4th forward line for Idaho. Forward scratches for the Steelheads include C.J. Walker, Ty Pelton-Bice, and Mark Olver, the former Colorado Avalanche forward. And now for the homestanding Utah Grizzlies, who are led by 4th-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. The assistant coach is Christian Horn. Athletic trainer is Colin Lee. The equipment manager is Jackson Hebert. The assistant equipment manager is DJ McFarland. Grizzlies have a record of 13-22, 3-1 on the season. They are 8-9, 2-1 here at the friendly confines at Maverik Center. Getting the start in net will be Jake Barczewski. This will be his 16th appearance this year. Barzo's got a record of 5-5 with a 3.78 goals against average and .889 save percentage. Vinny Duplessis, who saved 30 of 33 on Monday night against Wichita, he is the backup. Grizzlies will have a starting defensive pairing of Andrew Nelson and former Steelhead Cooper Jones. Jones was with the Steelheads at the start of the 2023-24 season. Andrew Nilsson's been outstanding. He's got a point in exactly half of his games with Utah this season. So Nilsson and Jones will be the starting defensive pairing. You also see Derek Dashke paired up with Brian Hume. Hume's got a goal in 3 straight games and a point in 4 straight. Derek Dashke, what can you say? He is tied with Neil Shea for the club lead with 31 points this season. Shea and Dashke also are tied for the club lead with 8 multiple-point games. And we will also see the defensive pairing of Cody Corbett and Cade Jensen. Corbett is one of 4 former Idaho Steelheads on the Utah roster. Grizzlies come out of the tunnel in the right far corner, wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Risby in the black jersey will wave the flag at neutral ice. So we mentioned the 6 defensemen. Nilsson and Jones will get the start. The starting forwards are the top forward line on Ryan Kanaswich's lineup sheet. Keaton Mastrodonado, the former Steelhead. This will be his first game here at Maverik Center against Idaho. The Maestro has 7 goals and 16 assists in 20 games. Cole Fonstad had 4 goals in the 3-game series against Wichita. He'll be in the starting lineup, and Chad Hillebrand will also be in there. Hillebrand has 3 assists in 6 games. He is still looking for his first pro goal, and I imagine that's going to come at some point in this series. So the starting forwards are Mastrodonado, Hillebrand, and Fonstad. You also see the second forward line from left to right of Neil Shea, Cole Gallant, and Reed Webster. Webster is certainly active in the Wichita series. He has a point in 3 of his last 4 games. Third forward line is Adam Berg, along with the captain Mick Messner and Briley Wood. Wood has 13 goals and 17 assists in 39 games. He's one of the best rookie scorers in the league. Fourth forward line from left to right is Aaron Aragon, Cade Nilsson, and Craig Armstrong. So that's the lineup for the Grizzlies. Scratches tonight include Cameron Buell, Blake Wells, and Dylan Fitz, as well as Luke Manning, Tyson Upper, Braden Nicoletz, and Dylan Savankov. Be interesting to see the shot count in tonight's game. Oddly enough, Idaho allows 35.7 shots per game, which is unusual for the Steelheads. They're usually towards the top of the league in the fewest shots allowed per game this season. For the Grizzlies, they were outstanding in terms of getting scoring chances against Wichita in the 3-game set. In fact, the Grizzlies in the 3-game series against Wichita had 118 shots. They averaged close to 40 shots per game in the 3-game series against the Wichita Thunder. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye out for in this series, is what's the Grizzlies shot count and how many good scoring chances did the Grizzlies get per period in this series. That could end up making a big impact. We got a huge 3-game series here at Maverik Center. Tonight's an AFCU Friday. Tomorrow's the Guns N' Hoses extravaganza with 3 charity games the day leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7 p.m. And don't forget that Monday is going to be a 7 o'clock start. With that, you can get a family 4-pack of tickets for just $48. Tomorrow, Theo Fleury's actually going to be in the building. That's right, the 7-time NHL All-Star will be here at Maverik Center along with some of his former Golden Eagles teammates. When we come back, we'll have face-off here at Maverik Center. You've been listening to the pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's a great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line. This is a mammoth three-game series along the Wasatch Front as two rival hockey clubs will settle things over the next 4 days. Will anyone act like outlaws on the ice? Well, we'll see. Referee tonight is Harrison O'Prey. The linesmen are Colin Kleinendorf and Tyler Keston. Jake Barczewski's been outstanding over the last 8 games. Barczewski has a .917 save percentage and 2.87 goals against average over his last 9 contests. Ben Cross is on the other side for Idaho. Cross was outstanding, stopping 28 of 30 in a 3-2 Idaho victory on January 4th. That's the last time these teams met. Brian Kanaswich is in his 4th year as Grizzlies head coach. Fonts now will take the draw against Patrick Moynihan. And actually, that's Brandon Hoffman. Grizzlies win the draw. Andrew Nelson dumps it in. Matt Register will slice the puck along the far wing wall. Grizzlies skate from right to left during the first period. Register gets the puck. The future Hall of Famer gets it out to Blount. Cross-ice pass connects to Hoffman, who's got 16 goals this season. Hoffman skates around Jones. Righty shot goes wide from the left wing as Trevor Zins holds up Hillebrand. Grizzlies with a home run pass out to the right side for Masha Donato. Dumps it into the right corner. He gets around Register. Masha Donato gets pushed along the glass by Register. Puck goes back towards Trevor Zins, who zips it out to Grizzlies ice. Cole Gallant will drop it for Brian Yoon, the Colorado College product. Out to Neil Shea, who drops it back deep in the Grizzly zone for Dashke. Across to Yoon. Yoon will slice it to Shea. Skates down the middle. Shea's on breakaway. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Cross. And he holds on. Boy, Shea just casually walked down the middle of the ice. Now right point. Shot goes wide. Taken by Brian Yoon. Puck goes back to Neutrice. Dashke has to go past him. Hank Crone in his first game back after missing 10 straight. Gets to White back towards Crone, who zips it out in front. And it's tapped away by Barczewski, the O'Fallon, Missouri native. Now 2-on-1. Wade Murphy skates in. Right side. Righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Murphy gets it back. Trying to get towards Crone. Crone's shot is blocked away by Yoon. Boy, a lot of quick action here early on, and the chairs aren't yet warm. Idaho backs out in their own zone. Harsh with a right wing feed that connects to White, who drops it for Crone. Right side, Crone skates around Utah's net towards the far side as Crone is being shadowed by Yoon. Up top, Steelheads get towards Harsh. Right side, righty shot. Saved by Barczewski, and he holds on. 18:27 is left in the first, and if you thought there was going to be a feeling out process here, forget it. Steelheads already have 3 shots. Grizzlies have 1. Boy, Neil Shea's shot, there was a long-range pass. He collected the puck at the Idaho line, just skated down the middle. He had a breakaway. He went glove side, but Cross denied Shea. Otherwise, it'd be a 1-0 Utah lead. Fans still filing in here. Kind of a modest Friday night crowd so far. Grizzlies win the draw. Cody Corbett, the former Steelhead, will loft it out to center ice. It glanced off the wood skate as Adam Berg dumps it in his first shift. Bergie wearing number 19. As the Steelheads get out to center ice, Jade Miller will throw it towards the Grizzlies bench. Dumping it in is Patrick Moynihan, number 19, but the puck goes out of play. 18:11 is left in the first. Draw's going to be at center ice. We're just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy part of Friday with us. Connor McEachern will take the draw for Idaho. He has 14 goals and 11 assists in 27 games. Mick Messner, the Grizzlies captain, will take the draw. Messner's got 23 points in 39 games, 9 goals and 14 assists. Idaho wins the faceoff as Peter Walton, right wing, Neutrice. He'll drive it in. Puck ricochets off the end boards. As Briley Wood has a glance off his stick, taking his Messner 2-on-2. He crosses center ice. Messner fakes it to his left. Now he'll chip it to Berg over the offensive line. Berg trying to get it back to Messner, and it's tapped away by Nick Canati, who's acting as a defenseman. He's been a forward this season. He'd been a defenseman with Idaho in years past. He's a defenseman tonight. He's back after missing 9 straight games. Puck a Neutrice. Berg will backhand it in as he comes off for a change. Wood chases after it. Canati gets it as Walton delivered a basketball-style screen on Wood. Now the puck drifts out to center ice. Cooper Jones, a former Steelhead of last season, the first half of the year, gets to Nielsen. Down to Aragon down the middle. Shot saved by Cross. Now right side, Aragon behind the net gets it from Cade Nielsen. Armstrong delivers a good side push on a Steelhead. Puck goes back to Idaho as they skate from left to right. Crossing center ice is Mason McCarty. First time he's played against the Grizzlies this year. He'll dump it in. Barcheski will tap it off the end boards. Puck goes towards the right wing. Grizzlies' Craig Armstrong gets it. He has 6 goals this season. He'll get to center ice and dump it in. Actually, the linesman says he didn't get to center ice. And so the Grizzlies are called for icing as there's 17:06 left in the first. We mentioned the shot count. Both teams are towards the bottom of the league in shots allowed per game. Grizzlies allow 33.6 shots per game, and Idaho allows 35.7. And both teams have been pretty aggressive and pretty fast with their approach here so far. Svetlikov will take the draw for Idaho against Cade Nielsen. Nielsen, the Nottingham, England native, has 3 goals and 11 assists this season. Draw's going to be in the right circle about 3 minutes in. Idaho wins the draw. Matt Register, right side. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Now Idaho tries to filter it out in front. Does Mason McCarty. Pass goes wide of the mark. Grizzlies cross center ice. Aragon has a glance off his stick. Trevor Zins, who's appeared in every game this season, will bouncing off of Aragon. Puck goes back to neutral ice. The maestro near the Grizzlies bench gets to Jones, who's got a point in 2 straight games. Back to Cade Jensen as Jones comes off the ice. Jensen, the Mount Royal product, will bounce one across to Corbett, who outlets to neutral ice. Puck lands off the stick of Hillebrand, Chad Hillebrand, the first-year pro out of Western Michigan. He engulfs Andrew Ballant. Idaho's Brendan Hoffman will fire it in. Puck ricochets off the end boards on one hop of the ice. Jensen will sky it all the way into the Steelhead zone. Matt Register will lunge after it with his long stick and gather it. As he'll throw it to Hoffman, back to Zins in the Steelhead zone. Idaho's Trevor Zins ahead towards Hoffman, who tried to slide one across towards backing off. It goes past him. Grizzlies tried to sky it. Puck bounced at Ballant, neutral ice. Idaho in left wing. Hoffman, righty shot, saved by Barcheski. And Jake holds on as we get a whistle. Exactly 4 minutes into the game, and the clock continues to run. They'll have to reset that as the clock is still running, even though play had stopped. They got to reset it to about 16 minutes and 2 seconds. Brendan Hoffman certainly been a godsend for the Steelheads. The 16 goals are tied for 7th in the league. He also has 30 points in 39 games. A.J. White will win the draw for Idaho. Puck slides off a Idaho stick out to neutral ice as Neil Shea delivers a push at Reese Harsh. Steelheads dump it in. Hey, Bumble, the Bees mascots here tonight. Grizzlies 2-on-2 over the attack line. Gallant slides one to Shea. Shea stops in the right point. He'll roll into Lebster. Lebster right side. His shot is blocked by Jason Horvath. 6'1", 198 pounds. Looks bigger than that. Idaho crosses center ice. Crone over the left wing, over the line, trying to center it towards Murphy. It goes past him. That's right. Wade Murphy's now a Steelheads again for his 3rd season. Murphy, the veteran, over to White. He dances around in the right corner as he gets pushed by Lebster. White strong with the puck, skates towards the right point. He'll tap it off the left wing boards. Horvath gets it. He gets engulfed by Gallant. Horvath will drop it for Murphy. Murphy faked it to White. Now he pushes back towards White. Pass is picked off by Gallant, who gets to center ice for Shea, who helicopters one from center ice, gloved by Crows. Cross, who keeps it in, keeps the play alive. Mastrodonado rolls the puck along the boards. I'll be all right. Hillebrand trying to get it towards the right point. It's picked off by Idaho. Puck goes back over as Cooper Jones will bouncing off the skate of Patrick Moynihan. Jones gets it across and zips to Mastrodonado. He'll skate in left wing. Let's take a righty shot. Saved by Cross. And he holds on with 14:36 left in the first. Both teams have 4 shots, and really both teams are on pace for 35-plus shots here tonight. Boy, it'll be important for both teams to get off to a fast start. Utah this season is 9-3-2-1 when scoring first. Idaho, when scoring first, has a record of 12-1-3. I guess the thing is both teams have had a tough time scoring first this season, but when they have scored first, they've been pretty successful in the win-loss column. Fonts now will take the draw. This is his 4th season as a pro. He'll crouch down. He's got Hillebrand to his right and Mastrodonado to his left. Draw one by Idaho's Connor McEachern. He'll back it out to Walton. Around the net to Nick Canati. He's as tough as they come on Idaho's club, despite being 5'9", 165 pounds. He'll dump it in. Barcheski falls down behind his net, and he recovers as he sticks away a centering pass out in front as the Steelheads were looking for McEachern. as the ice surface has been a little bit rough here so far. McEachern, left wing, couldn't reach it at the Utah line, as Andrew Nilsson will skate horizontally towards left wing as pass is picked off. Blake Swetlikoff, wearing number 36, will skate towards the left circle, drop it from Moynihan. He'll take a righty shot, and that one goes wide as Moynihan puts a dent towards the end boards. Swetlikoff up top for Zins in the right point. He'll zip it around the boards as Moynihan tried to feed it out in front towards Kumatsis. Puck is sticked away by Hillebrand. As Swetlikoff loses this stick, it's going to be a Utah penalty. Idaho's going to get the first power play of the game as Register loses the puck. It's touched up by Hillebrand, and slashing is going to be the call as Patrick Moynihan had lost his stick, and big Andrew Nilsson will go to the box. Nilsson leads the league in minor penalties this season. So Idaho will be on the power play when we come back. 13:43 is left in the first period. Still no score. Both teams have 4 shots. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Andrew Nilsson gets 2 minutes for slashing. Idaho is on the power play for the first time tonight. The Steelheads are 5 for 13 on the man advantage over the last 3 games. So far this season, the Steelheads power play is 19.1%. Grizzlies penalty kills 68.5%. Grizzlies have allowed a power play goal in 4 of their last 5 games. Draws over in the left circle, and it's won by A.J. White and the Steelheads as Idaho over in the left wing. We'll throw it to Murphy at the far goal line. Now back up top. The Steelheads dance around. Moynihan gets towards Murphy. Tried to slide one across to White. Puck ricochets off the right wing boards. Idaho skates from left to right here in the period. White gets it up top as Horvath over in the right point dangles around as he pedals towards his left. He fires towards net. It got ricocheted by a stick. Idaho, Wade Murphy will get it to McEachern, who skates along the left wing boards. Boy, players are having a tough time keeping their balance tonight. Hank Crone will get it up top to McEachern, who's in the left point, back towards the left corner. As Crone slides one towards McEachern to Horvath all alone on the right side. He'll direct it back towards McEachern. Now 4 goal line. Crone gets from Murphy. Now Horvath over to Murphy, left side, take a righty shot. And that one's blocked away by Barcheski. Puck goes back towards Murphy, who gets up top. Horvath to McEachern, back to Horvath. We're halfway through the power play. Now Crone gets it right side. He dangles back and forth. Former league MVP with Allen. Crone dances around the right side. Now he skates towards the right corner. He'll fake it to White. Crone now zips along the right wing boards to A.J. White, who gets up top. Horvath, high slot, lefty shot goes wide. Crone gets off the boards. Yoon took it away from him and helped backhand it out to neutral ice. And the puck goes into the Steelhead zone as Utah makes a line change, and Idaho will filter skaters on and off the ice as well. Crone stays out there. He crosses center ice, skates down the middle, steps over the offensive line, moves Diz right for Hoffman. Hoffman right point will ricochet off the end boards. Register gets it back towards Crone, who lunged it towards Ballant, back towards Crone, left wing. He'll drop it for Register. High slot, lefty shot, saved by Barcheski. Rebound towards the left corner. It's taken by Andrew Ballant, the former Indy Fuel skater, just acquired by Idaho a few weeks ago. Up top to Hoffman, right point. He danced around. Now he'll shuffle towards the right corner. He'll drop it back to the spot he vacated for Register. Back to Hoffman. Right side, he tried to center it towards Ballant. And puck went past him and all the way deep into the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies make a line change as Nilsson comes out of the box. It's a successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Idaho dumps it in. Ballant chasing after it. Yoon gets there 2 strides ahead of him. Ballant blasts Yoon as Dashke gets to Berg, left wing across the center ice. Berg over the offensive line. He'll drop it for Wood, who centers it to Yoon. Back towards Berg, who skates in. Backhand shot. And he gets tripped up on the play. No call and no goal. Idaho will dump it in. Hoffman chases after. He gets the puck left side to stop at the far goal line. Tried to center it. Puck bounced off a shin. Shot and a score. Puck ricocheted off a Grizzly back towards the left side. And the Steelheads take a 1-0 lead. I think that's Andre Bakanov. Scoring for the Steelheads. And it's 1-0 Idaho. So looks like Bakanov gets the goal, but it was Hoffman that made the play. Stopped in the far goal line. Puck bounced off the Yoon shin onto Bakanov in the left circle. And he fired a glove side past Barcheski. So Steelheads score first for the 17th time this season. Idaho has 12-1-3 when scoring first. Looks like referee Harrison O'Prey is going to go to the scores table. Not entirely sure why, as puck did look like it crossed the goal line. I think he just wants to make sure. We didn't really see anything that would disallow the goal. Should be 1-0 Idaho, but they are going to give it a look. They're going to check to see if a goal. O'Prey first is checking to see if the tablet is working. Hoffman should get an assist on the Bakanov goal. They're not reviewing the goal that Idaho scored. They're reviewing the Berg play. Berg skated in from the left wing, got towards the crease, got tripped up. They're checking to see if the puck crossed the goal line in that occasion. Now, if you go back, you give Berg a goal, and you probably got to disallow the Idaho goal because Utah would have scored, which means that Idaho doesn't have an opportunity to go back and score on their own. So that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at the Bakanov goal. Andre Bakanov scored 8:44 in, with the assist going to Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman appears to get the only assist on the play. So they're checking to see if Adam Berg's shot crossed the goal line. Berg this season has 2 goals and 2 assists in 18 games. Boy, we're off to a flying start here in the first 9 minutes of the first meeting here at Maverik Center between the two clubs. So no goal on the Berg play. It's 1-0 Idaho. Referee Harrison O'Prey is going to talk with Ryan Knaswich. And Knaswich probably talking about the trip. As then Idaho was able to come back the other way and score. As Hoffman bounced the puck off of Yoon Shin. And the puck just bounced towards the left side. They show the replay on Flow Sports. Berg. Puck ended up trickling past Cross as Berg had lost his balance. Matt Register was able to clear it out. That's an outstanding defensive play by the future Hall of Famer Matt Register. He was alive, alert, and awake in the crease, and he kept it a scoreless game before Bakanov scored about 10 seconds after that. Idaho skates into the offensive zone as losing his balance is Mason McCarty over in the left wing. Andrew Nelson gets the puck, and he will helicopter towards the Grizzlies bench. It ricochets off the boards. Webster gets spun around. Gallant gets tapped away. Sorry, pass to Shea. Shot! Saved by Cross. What a beautiful pass on the right wing to a cutting Shea out in front of the net. And Shea, for the second time here tonight, was denied on a grade A chance by Ben Cross. Cross takes up a lot of the net. He goes 6'5" and 195 pounds. We had mentioned while we were going over the lineups, Cross has a 1-year NHL deal with the Dallas Stars. He was undrafted but signed with Dallas on March 25th, 2024. He's a native of Cranberry, New Jersey. Boy, Shea got the puck in front of the crease. He shoveled it out in front to Cross, who made a save. Idaho leads 1-0. They have outshot the Grizzlies 6-5. Gallant will take the draw. He's got an A on his sweater. Idaho wins the draw as the Steelheads will loft one out to center ice. Looking for Hank Corona, goes past him. Yoon gets the center ice. He'll tap it off of White's stick. White flexes his stick and tries to make sure it's not broken. Murphy crosses center ice. Trying to dump it in. It bounced off a Dashke's stick. Now White looking for a centering pass out in front for Crone. It's sticked away. Grizzlies will bounce one out to center ice. Peter Walton gets to the right wing for White, who drives it in. Barcheski cuts it off behind his net. Murphy one-handed it towards Crone, but it goes past him to Reed Webster. Webster will saucer it to Gallant, who steps over the offensive line. He'll slide it to Dashke down the middle. Take a lefty shot. Glanced off of Cros's glove and off the end boards. Hank Crone gets the puck. He'll bounce it to Murphy, who couldn't handle the spinner. Puck goes to Dashke, who skates down the middle of the ice. Dashke's been outstanding. Utah's all-star representative. Gets to Fonstad left wing. Fonstad gets the left corner. Trying to center it to Masher Donato. It goes wide. Hillebrand over in the right corner. Gets pushed by Register behind the net. Trevor Zins will skate towards the far near corner with the puck. Idaho across center ice, skating from left to right. Kumatsis gets around Nilsson. Kumatsis, the Arizona State product, tried to bounce one out in front, looking for McEachern. It's sticked away by Dashke. Puck in the left wing. Dancing around Patrick Moynihan. Gets it towards McEachern, who gets back checked by Chad Hillebrand. Puck goes towards the left corner. Dashke kicks it back, but Kumatsis gets the puck for Idaho. He's got great speed. He'll slide it around the boards towards the right wing. Andrew Nilsson, the ninth-year pro, runs it down. Nilsson crosses center ice, skates towards his right. He'll lay it for Hillebrand. Idaho comes back up with it. Blount gets to center ice, gets around Mastrodonado. Blount, 2-on-2, will take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Puck goes back towards the left wing boards. Blount overskates it. Taking the puck's Neil Shea. He'll slide it back to Nilsson behind Utah's net. Back to Shea. Over towards Nilsson. Andrew Nilsson will zip it off the boards near Utah's bench. Messner had to stay at the Idaho line. Couldn't accept the puck in the Steelhead zone, and the Grizzlies are called for icing with 8:56 left in the first. Well, it looks like we're going to have a pretty fun series here at Maverik Center. Don't forget, it's a 3-game series. For the Grizzlies, the second periods have certainly been big. Remember, last Saturday, they scored a team record 7 second-period goals against Wichita. The previous record was 6, set in November of 1995. Hoffman will take the draw against Messner. Utah wins the faceoff. Cade Jensen will skate along the left wing boards near side. Will get it to Berg. Berg dumps it in. He has to get around 3 Steelheads. Horvath avoids Berg's check along the end boards, Idaho zone, as it looked like Berg was trying to destroy Horvath. Backing off, dumps it in. He's got the game's lone goal. Over to Hoffman, left corner. He gets rammed into by Cade Jensen. Taking the puck's Briley Wood. He will slide it to Corbett, who's sporting a beard. Corbett off the end boards to Jensen. Jensen will sky one into the Idaho bench. And I think they're saying that there's no delay of game. He either tapped off the glass, or they're saying that there would have been glass in front of the bench and it would have hit off it. A fan in row 2 behind the Idaho bench comes away with a frozen vulcanized rubber disc. And luckily nobody is hurt. Looks like she's going to come away with a souvenir puck. Very happy about it. 8:22 is left in the first. Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Left circle, Jade Miller will take the draw for Idaho against Cade Nilsson. Miller in 39 games has 4 goals and 2 assists. It's his third year with Idaho. Miller wins the draw as Reese Harsh. High slot righty shots blocked away by Barcheski. Grizzlies will bounce it past Aragon towards the near wing wall. Loose puck is taken by Harsh. Will advance to Miller, who dumps it in. Yoon behind Utah's net. Will slice one towards the left wing. Jensen gets back check. Taking the puck is Armstrong. 2-on-1. Crosses center ice. Now steps over the line. 2-on-2. Cyrus to Aragon. Take a shot that goes wide. As Armstrong crashes towards the end boards, as he did his best Luis Mendoza impersonation by not being able to stop. Dashke left side will fire it towards the end boards. It's taken by Harsh, who gets held up by Aragon. No call. Puck to the right point. Svetlikov holds up Yoon. 2-on-3. Idaho over the offensive line. Left point. Slap shot goes wide. That was taken by Jade Miller. Puck slides back to center ice. As Peter Walton crosses the center ice logo, tapping off the glass, it stays in play. Idaho will reshuffle the deck. Grizzlies also will hit the refresh button. 7.5 minutes are left in the first period. Idaho leads 1-0 on Bacanov's 8th of the year, and 4th as a member of the Steelheads. Puck goes back towards the middle of the ice. Yoon will dash it away as Lebster crosses center ice, gets around Murphy and White. Lebster over the line, gets to Galano, trying to get it back towards Lebster. Got his stick lifted by Peter Walton. Crone sauced it out to White. It glanced up at his stick as looked like White was trying to bunt it like he was Ichiro at center ice. Cooper Jones back about 10 feet in front of Barcheski. Now a pedal towards his right. Jones with a home run pass the right side for Lebster. Off his stick and neutral ice. Lebster dumps it in. Both teams will change up skaters again. Shea comes off the ice. Crossing center ice is Crone. He gets around Fonstad. Crone over the line, trying to get towards Moynihan. That's sticked away by Andrew Nilsson. Fonstad races across center ice, steps over the offensive line. Veers off to the left point. Fonstad across towards Mastrodonado. Right side, take a shot. Saved by Cross. Now skating in. Corbett with a shot, and that's blocked away. Left wing, Fonstad shot, and that's saved by Cross. And after the whistle, Chad Hillebrand engages with the Steelhead out in front of the crease. Hillebrand trying to win that real estate out in front of the net. Like Grizzlies had some great looks. Mastrodonado had a good look, and then Corbett on a drive-by in the right circle. Fonstad had kind of a tough angle along the near wing wall that Cross made the save on with 6:24 left in the first. So it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. Idaho leads 1-0 as Andre Bakanov scored 8:44 into the contest, with Brendan Hoffman getting the assist. There's just a lot of traffic out in front, whether it was Trevor Zins battling with Hillebrand on the Masher Donato look from the right side. But one of the things you like about Chad Hillebrand's his ability to get out in front of the net and wrestle around. He's done a great job with that since joining the Grizzlies, using his 6'4" frame to his advantage. Idaho has the puck after winning the draw as the Kamasi East will slide it towards number 29, McEachern. McEachern's been outstanding this year, one of Idaho's best forwards. Kamasi East in the left corner, stops on a dime. They'll throw it back towards Register. Left side, Register will walk down the middle of the ice. He gets slammed by Jensen, but Register gets a shot. Marcheski makes a save as Register just slid one on net. Marcheski made the stop with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first. It's the Steelheads 1 and the Grizzlies 0. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Idaho leads Utah 1-0. There's 5 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first period. Make sure to get your tickets for tomorrow night's Guns N' Hoses extravaganza right now, as tickets are going fast. Theo Fleury will be here. He's signing autographs from 5:30 to 6:30. Fleury will drop the ceremonial the puck drop before the game. That'll be outstanding. Theo Fleury, the 7-time NHL All-Star, will be here, as well as some of his former Golden Eagle teammates' friends. He was part of a championship team in 1988 with the Golden Eagles. And the following year, was part of a Stanley Cup winner with Calgary. Grizzlies win the draw. Briley Wood, 2-on-2 cross the center ice. Grizzlies skate from right to left. Wood gets it tapped away by Register. Wood gets it back. He'll get it to Hume. He flings one to Adam Berg off of Berg. And it goes back deep in the Grizzlies zone. Berg races after it in the near corner. He'll bounce to Hume. Hume, the second-year pro to Colorado College, will fly one all the way towards the roof. Puck ricochets off the video board. And the draw is going to come back to the Grizzlies zone. Well, Hume threw one out to the heavens, and the big video board here at center ice got in the way. So draws give me the Grizzlies zone. And if you're an Idaho Steelheads fan, you have to be absolutely thrilled to have Wade Murphy back in the lineup. Murphy started the year in Slovakia, and he joined the Steelheads a couple weeks ago, was on injured reserve, and he is back. He averaged more than a point a game for Idaho over the last 2 years. Grizzlies get the puck. His Dashke over to Berg, left wing. Berg's got great speed. He crosses center ice. Second-year Grizzly will throw it to the high slot for Yoon, who skates towards the left circle. Yoon stops on a dime, drops it to the left corner for Berg, who gets pushed by Reese Harsh. Puck goes back to the left wing, goes past Dashke. Yoon will get the loose puck at the Utah line. He'll move it over to Dashke, who advances to his right for Wood. Wood gets around a skater, now towards the right side. Wood, toe drag, shot is blocked by Jason Horvath, who's a 6'1 defenseman. Puck to the right side. Dashke will fire on net. Puck bounced about 10 feet in front of Cross as Berg was trying to redirect it. Horvath will lunge his way out to center ice. Now he carries the puck in left wing, trying to center it to traffic. Puck bounced off the stick as they were looking for Andrew Blount, number 77. Fonstadt crosses center ice, steps over the offensive line onside. He gets blasted by Horvath, who tried to move it to neutral ice, looking for Bakanov, the goal scorer. Pass behind him. Bakanov's got pretty good size at 6'3", 214. Jones behind the net will now start the attack. 5'8", shifty defenseman over towards Nilsson, who zips it from blue line to Masher Donato. He skates in, right wing, shot, bounces off across shoulders. As over to the right side, over in the corner, puck goes back up top. Jones over to Nilsson, high slot, lefty shot, gets blocked into traffic. Puck to the right corner, Fonstad runs it down, over to Jones, across to Nilsson. Nielsen will tap it to the left corner. Puck bounces behind the net. Hillebrand collides with Canati. Hillebrand over to Fonstad, right side, who zips it across to Nielsen. Nielsen centers it out to Hillebrand. Take a shot. Saved by Cross. Idaho comes racing back the other way. Hoffman crosses center ice. 2-on-4. Hoffman right circle. Takes a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Fields on with 3:42 left in the first. Boy, Andrew Nielsen had all sorts of time in the left wing. Got it out in front to Hillebrand. And Hillebrand, I think, bounced it off the cross stick. As you heard a little bit of wood after Hillebrand's shot. As Hillebrand trying to go stick side, but the puck bounced off the cross. And Idaho came back the other way, and Hoffman had a good look from the right wing. So still Idaho 1, Utah nothing. 3:42 is left in the first. Svetlikov will take the draw against Gallant. Draw won by Idaho. Trevor Zinn's right point. Shot blocked by Barcheski. Puck bounces as Miller swung and missed on a bouncer towards him in the left point. Moynihan dumps it back in. Corbett behind the net as Moynihan lost his stick. We've had one power play, and it was Idaho early in the game. As Moynihan without his stick will literally kick it to Svetlikov. Steps over the line. It's brushed away by Corbett. Gallant at the Utah line. Back pedals. Now pushed to his left for Lebster. Lebster over the line. Will veer off to the right. Over near the right circle. Take a righty shot that goes wide. Shea gets hammered along the near wing wall by Svetlikov. Dashke takes the puck. He'll take a shot. Saved by Cross. Boy, Ben Cross' stick has been outstanding here so far. Puck has ricocheted off a few times. Crone over the offensive line. Skates down the middle. Takes a lefty shot. And it's blocked by Hume. Dashke looks up to the heavens. Now he'll cross center ice. Left wing. Dashke over the line down Broadway. He'll take a lefty shot. And it's blocked by Horvath, who's been really active for Idaho so far in this first period. Dashke swings it around to the left corner. Yoon drops for Nielsen, who centers an Armstrong. Shot is blocked away by Horvath. There goes that guy. He's blocked like 5 shots so far. As Armstrong battles with White. Taking the puck is Reese Harsh. Harsh, number 24, gets it ahead. Still heads cross center ice. And Crone will dump it in. Crone, the former Allen American, not only team MVP, but league MVP. He's taking the puck as Brian Hume behind his net. If I remember right, it was the 2022-23 season where Crone was named league MVP. Hume behind the net gets it back from Dashke. We got about 2 minutes left in the first period. Hume quarterback in the league unit. Shoulder fakes to his right, gets to Dashke on the left. Dashke crosses center ice, and he will bounce one onto Cross. We'll kick it to the left corner, near side. As behind the net, Adam Berg. And goals to Steelhead. Berg trying to lunge for the puck, taking its Reese Harsh, who bounced it off of Messner. Puck slides to the right corner, run down by Brian Hume, who backs it out for Jones. Jones right side, he'll take a righty shot that goes wide. He was looking for Berg to redirect it. As the Steelheads will wobble one out to center ice. Puck bounced off of Messner's glove. Idaho skates in 2-on-1. Kumatsis right side, he'll skate in, shot. And it's blocked away by the right pad of Barcheski. Messner gets the puck. Grizzlies spread the ice in their own zone, skating from right to left over to Nielsen, who will spin it out to the Grizzlies bench. Moynihan skates in. He'll drop it. Hoffman skates towards the left circle. Backing off. Lefty shot saved by Barcheski. Fields on with 1:11 seconds left in the first. So I mentioned the shot count being interesting. Steelheads are up to 13 shots. Grizzlies have 12. It's interesting. The Grizzlies averaged about 40 shots per game in the series against Wichita. We mentioned Idaho. They allow about 36 shots per game, but they take 33.2 shots of their own. Cody Corbett talking things over with Fonstad, Mastrodonato, and Hillebrand. Corbett's defensive partner tonight is Cade Jensen. Hoffman will take the drives out there with Bakanov, the goal scorer. And Patrick Moynihan. Bakanov's goal came 8:44 into the first period, with Brendan Hoffman getting the assist. Draw one by Utah. Fonstad will whip it around the boards near side to Hillebrand at neutral ice. Hillebrand crosses center ice, and they'll dump it in. He played 11 games with Colorado earlier this season in the American League. Hillebrand over to Mastrodonato, trying to throw it out in front. It bounced off the skate of Bakanov. Now Mastrodonato behind the net, skates towards the near side, tries to feed it out in front to Fonstad. It taps off of Hoffman's stick. Now left side, Jensen with a lefty shot that goes wide from the point. As Idaho will race out to center ice, Hoffman, as Mastrodonato leaning on his right shoulder, so Hoffman just dumps it in. Jensen collides with Hoffman in the left corner. Grizzlies skate behind their net. Corbett gets back checked. Hoffman looked for a centering pass out in front after taking away from Corbett. as he was looking for McCarty, who got pushed by Jensen. Home run pass connects to Fonstad. Left side, toe drag, slot, lefty shot goes wide. It glanced off a Cross glove as he tried to go glove side on Cross. Puck might have missed the net had Cross not gotten a piece of it. Zins over to Register. We'll move it to his left. Down the middle of the ice, Miller. Moves over to his right. 9 seconds left in the period. Miller tries to feed it out in front. It's sticked away by Hume. Miller trying to get to McCarty. Puck goes to Neutrice. McCarty will back it out to Miller. And time will run out here in the first period. The only goal was scored by Bakanov. 8:44 into the contest with Hoffman getting the assist. There was one power play as Andrew Nelson got a slashing minor. 6:17. The Grizzlies were successful on the power play, but Idaho's goal came 27 seconds after their power play ended. Must be Grisby's birthday again. He forgot to tell me. All sorts of mascots are here. Looks like the Salt Lake Bees mascot is here. That might be the Allen Americans mascot, Biscuit. He might be in the house. We'll see if we can get a tally as to what mascots are hanging out with Grisby tonight. It's the opener of a 3-game series. And it's a big one here in the Mountain Division. Both teams could certainly use the standings points. It's a mammoth 3-game series, if you will. And Idaho leads 1-0 after one frame. The Steelheads this season, when leading after one period, they have a perfect record of 10-0. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes. We'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports, including that game that's played 7.3 miles away from here between the Utah Hockey Club and Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll come back and talk some hockey on the other side. Idaho leads Utah 1-0. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
First intermission here at Maverik Center. Idaho leads Utah 1-0. The only goal was scored by Andre Bakanov. 8:44 into the first period. It's kind of an interesting sequence. Grizzlies were skating in from the left side. Berg was cutting towards his right, got in the crease, and he got tripped up by Cross. Puck ended up trickling past Cross. Matt Register got the puck in the crease and was able to stop it before it slid past the goal line. And then Register got the puck and ended up moving towards the left side. Hoffman skated towards the far goal line, stopped, bounced it off the Yoon shin. Puck trickled towards the left circle. Bakanov got it, and he fired it past Barcheski for the game's lone goal. We mentioned scoring chances would be something we're keeping an eye out for. Both teams had 13 shots in the first frame. Grizzlies had 7 scoring chances. Idaho had 5. So Grizzlies are getting their chances. Neil Shea had a couple grade A looks as he was denied by Cross. There was a 3-shot sequence. Masher Donato, Corbett, and Fonstad firing away. Fonstad had one other really good look in the first frame. But you got to tip your hat to Ben Cross. Looks like he's going to be a tough one to score on tonight. And so because of that, I think that the impact of Chad Hillebrand net front causing havoc and, just kind of fighting and battling for that real estate out in front of the net. We're talking about a guy like Cross who seems to be stopping everything he's seeing. Well, to get a screen out in front by a guy like Hillebrand could certainly make a big difference tonight, and that could end up getting the Grizzlies back in this game. They're down 1-0. It was a pretty evenly played first period. Grizzlies did, according to the off-ice officials, have more scoring chances than Idaho in the first period. I think if the Grizzlies just kind of stick with it, and obviously Utah's been a good second period club all season, that, the Grizzlies, maybe after 2 periods, can come out of it at least tied or in the lead. Face-off battle is pretty even. Utah won 8 face-offs to Idaho's 7. Grizzlies had 7 hits in the first period. Idaho had 5, and both clubs had 3 giveaways in the first period. Idaho had 1 power play shot. Andrew Nelson got a slashing minor, 6:17 into the first. Idaho had 1 shot, but they did have the puck in the offensive zone for the majority of their power play, and the goal that was scored by Bakanov, that came 27 seconds after their power play ended. For the Grizzlies, Keaton Mastrodonato leads the way with 3 shots on goal. That's really no surprise. He averages more than 4 shots per game this season. Derek Dashke leads all Utah defensemen in shots on goal. He's taken 2. Neil Shea, who's averaging close to 5 shots per game at home this season. He's also got 2 shots. Cole Fonstad with 2 shots. Both of those were grade A chances. And 1 shot each for Aragon, Lebster, Corbett, and Hillebrand. For the Grizzlies, you just have to keep on with the process, as offensively, I think they have to like the way they performed against Idaho, as they did everything except for score a goal. We'll see what happens in the middle frame. For Idaho, in their 13 shots, quite a few players had 2, including the goal scorer Bakanov, Brendan Hoffman, as well as Reese Harsh and Matt Register. All 4 of those guys had 2 shots, and then 1 shot each for Trevor Zins, Wade Murphy, Dimitrios Komatsis, Hank Crone, and Andrew Ballant. And for Idaho, they've battled a ton of injuries, but they get Hank Crone back after missing 10 straight games. They get Nick Canati back after missing 9 straight games. And it's kind of interesting, the Grizzlies lost their captain, Gianni Fairbrother, who left for a team in Slovakia. Well, earlier this season, Idaho star Wade Murphy was in Slovakia. He had 2 outstanding years with the Steelheads, but Murphy started the year in Slovakia. He signed with the Steelheads on January 15th. He was placed on injured reserve, the 14-day IR, and just after that 14 days ended, which might have been more of a conditioning IR than anything else, Murphy came off injured reserve tonight, and he's in the Idaho lineup, and he had 1 shot in the first period. And he's certainly been a Grizzlies killer. After all, his last goal as a Steelhead came against Utah, and that was here at Maverik Center on March 29th of 2024. Murphy has 7 2-goal games in his Steelheads career, and he also has 2 4-point performances for Idaho. He had 46 goals over the last 2 seasons with the Steelheads. And obviously, if you're looking at the second half of the season, the addition of Wade Murphy and getting Hank Crone back and healthy, and maybe if they can get Ty Pelton Bice, I'm not sure how much longer he'll be out of the Idaho lineup. Steelheads will have the offensive firepower. They're obviously without a key defenseman in Patrick Kubla. As Bumble in his new Salt Lake Bees uniform, he's dancing around, doing a few cartwheels. I'm not sure about the Bees' new look. I kind of like the way the Bees' uniforms looked that they'd been worn for about 20 years. I'm going to have to get used to that black Salt Lake jersey. Frisbee has a few of his mascot friends here in attendance tonight. It's a big weekend here at Maverik Center. Obviously, we got the series opener tonight. And then tomorrow's the Guns N' Hoses extravaganza, where there's going to be 3 charity games here starting at noon. And that'll be a ton of fun. The charity games are obviously fun, and the skill level gets better and better as the games progress. Game 3 is going to have the best skill level of the Guns N' Hoses players, and that's always going to be a spirited affair. So make sure to get your tickets. And if you get a Grizzlies ticket for that game, that's good to get you in for the charity games in the afternoon. So that's going to be a ton of fun. The Guns N' Hoses extravaganza, we're expecting a sellout. So get your tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. You want to get them now, because if not, you might not get one for Saturday night. And don't forget about Monday night's series finale, 3rd and final game of the set. And with that, you can get a family 4-pack of tickets for just $48. Ton of fun stuff happening here at Maverik Center as fans are in the concession stands right now. When we come back, we'll check in on those who are living the dream. We'll go over some NHL scores as well as other Mountain Division scores in this league. After 1 period, The Steelheads got a goal from Andre Bakanov. That was 8:44 into the first period as the Steelheads lead the Grizzlies 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to a Friday night along the Wasatch Front. Utah Grizzlies trail 1-0. Time of day is 7:55, and we will have about 8 minutes until the start of the second period. Well, if you go through Redwood Road, 7.3 miles from here is Delta Center, where the Utah Hockey Club take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. And currently there's no score after one period. Utah outshot Columbus 13-9 in the first period. But nobody found the back of the net. Pretty evenly played first period. Utah won 71% of the faceoffs. Both teams had 4 minutes worth of penalties. Utah blocked 6 shots in the first period. Columbus blocked 9. Utah had 6 giveaways in the first period. Columbus had 3. And currently there's no score after one period. As that is the first meeting all time between the Grizzlies and the Blue Jackets. Those teams will meet in Columbus on February 6th. So that should be a ton of fun. Veggie's getting the start in net for Utah, and he has saved all 9 he has seen. The hockey club will be on the power play for the first 55 seconds of the second period. There's no score after one. Games in progress in the NHL. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, put up a 4-spot in the first period as Kel McCarr scored he scored the 4th goal for Colorado. That came on a power play. Druin, and McCarr have the goals as the Avalanche lead the St. Louis Blues 4-0 after one period. Don't forget, on Sunday at 5 o'clock, the St. Louis Blues will be in town as they'll be at Delta Center taking on the Utah Hockey Club. One game has gone final in the NHL. Sabres get a 4-3 victory over the Predators. So that game has gone final. Predators had a 31-27 edge in the shot count. But the Sabres come away with a 4-3 home victory. One other game in progress. Early third period. Stars lead the Canucks 2-1. Jason Robertson right now has the deciding goal. He scored a power play goal, 12:29 into the second period. It's the Stars 2 and the Canucks 1. When we come back, we'll go over some Mountain Division scores, and we'll have third period action as Idaho leads 1-0 after one period of play. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. 3 other games involving Mountain Division teams. Early third period, Kansas City leads Tahoe 3-1, and that is a battle for first place in the Mountain Division. Kansas City right now is in first place with 54 points and a .675 point percentage. Tahoe is in second place with 53 points and a .631 point percentage. Max Androv has 2 goals. Nolan Sullivan has also found the back of the net for Kansas City. They lead Tahoe early third period by a 3-1 score. Also early in the third, Tulsa leads Wichita 4-1. Oilers have goals from 4 different players. Alec Butcher, Easton Brodzinski, Roulette, and Bakic have goals for Tulsa. Russell has the only Wichita goal. Oilers lead 3-1 or 4-1 early third period. Grizzlies next week will have a 3-game series in Tulsa next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I am praying every night and every day that I can find a plane ticket and get out to Tulsa next week and not have to deal with that camera operator that really doesn't know what he's doing over in Tulsa. They're the gold standard for terrible video feeds. So hopefully somebody can find a plane ticket and I can get out to Tulsa for the 3-game series next week. One other Mountain Division battle, Allen leads Rapid City 2-0. That game's after 2 periods. Spencer Asachuk and Kyle Krankovic have the American goals. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have second period action here at Maverik Center. Don't forget the Grizzlies do have a second period goal in 22 of their last 25 games. Grizzlies have 11 second period goals over the last 3 games, including a team record 7 last Saturday against the Wichita Thunder. The 7 second period goals were the most in a single period in a game in this league since Cincinnati scored 7 against Maine in February of 2019. You've been listening to the First Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. Grizzlies and the Idaho Steelheads. Both goaltenders were outstanding in the first period. Jake Barczewski saved 12 of 13. Ben Cross did him one better as he stopped all 13 shots in the first period. Neil Shea skating around the ice. He's still looking for his first point. Shea's got a point or more in all 12 home games. In fact, Shea's got more than 1 point in most of the home games. After all, he's averaging exactly 2 points per game at home this season, 12 goals and 12 assists. He's averaging 1 goal per game at home and 1 assist per game at home this season. And the Maestro Keaton Mastrodonato has a point in all 10 home games he's appeared in. He has 5 goals and 13 assists. Both guys were active offensively. Mastrodonato led Utah and all skaters with 3 shots. And Neil Shea had 2 shots in the first period. And they're on different forward lines. Mastrodonato's been lined up with Fonstad and Hillebrand. That top forward line, those 3 have 6 combined shots through 1 period, and that's going to be the 3-man forward unit to start the second period. Mastrodonato, Fonstad, and Hillebrand, with Andrew Nilsson lined up with Cooper Jones defensively. Jones is in his first game as a Grizzly against his former Idaho teammates. Jones played in 31 games with Idaho in the 2021-22 season. And then he also spent some time last year with Idaho, 18 games last season, where he had 2 assists. They'll put 20 minutes on the Maverik Center scoreboard clock. Fonstad will take the draw against Brendan Hoffman. He's out there with Bakanov and Andrew Ballon. That was a very productive 3-man forward unit for Idaho, with Trevor Zins and Matt Register, the only 2 Steelheads to appear in every game this season. That's the defensive pairing to start the second period. Draw won by the Grizzlies, but it goes past Cooper Jones onto Barczewski, who will drop it for Jones, who stops behind Barczewski's net. Andrew Nilsson gets pushed. This puck goes towards the near wing. Fonstad races across center ice. He'll veer off to the left as he steps over the offensive line. Fonstad He'll take a lefty shot, saved by Cross, the butterfly position. He's now 14 for 14. And that is the 7th shot taken by this 3-man forward unit here so far tonight. Idaho with a gentle push and a mild arc, and the Old Biscuit bounces into the Grizzlies zone. Jones will throw it off of Blount. Blount backhands it towards the net, and that's sticked away by Barczewski as Blount, as Bakanov was looking for a cutting Hoffman. Puck to center ice, Mastrodonado in. Stops on the right side, drops for Fonstad, who skates towards the high slot. He'll take a lefty shot, and that's sticked away as the puck goes out of play off the protective netting. 19-11 is left in the second. Idaho still leads 1-0. It's game 40 of the regular season for the Grizzlies. There are 3 different players who have appeared in all 40 games. Cole Gallant, Mick Messner, and Briley Wood. Interestingly enough, Luke Manning appeared in each of the first 37 games for the Grizzlies, but he is out for the 3rd straight night, the 3rd straight game, that is, as he missed the last 2 games in the Wichita series. Gallant will take the draw against White, but it's A.J. White, the Steelheads captain, that wins it, as he will saucer it out to the right side. Pass goes tape to Murphy. Wade Murphy skates towards the right side. Dashke took it away from him. Dashke fires it off the end boards, gets it back, and moves to Lebster, as Idaho can't touch the puck. Yoon gets it as Grizzlies back in their own end, skate from left to right. Gallant off his stick. Murphy took it away from him. Over to Crone. Cross-ice pass as Horvath skates in. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Jason Horvath was a standout for Idaho in the first period. Murphy gets the puck right side. He dangles back and forth to the right corner. Gets to Horvath, who swings and misses. Great cross-ice pass by Murphy. Horvath tried to filter it out in front. It bounced off a Grizzly. Utah ricocheted off the near boards back to center ice. Harsh to Horvath, who will skate back into the Steelhead zone. Horvath will stop behind Kros's net. Idaho in a white jersey, black numbers, a little bit of silver mixed in. Home run pass connects to Crone, who drops it for Moynihan. Grizzlies poke it away. Berg ahead to Wood, who stops over the offensive line. He's in the right point. He'll spin it around. Idaho's Horvath runs it down. His outlet pass bounced off the skate of Connor McEachern. As Jensen ahead to center ice for Messner, trying to drop it for Berg, who overskated the puck. Moynihan skates in, over off to the left side. He dropped it for Kumatsis, the Arizona State product, who looks for the puck on the left side. Puck goes back over Moynihan to McEachern down the middle. Take a lefty shot that goes wide. Puck up top. Peter Walton across to Nick Canati. He'll fire on net. That's kicked away by Barczewski. Sharp angle shot by Kumatsis. Bounced off of Barczewski. Kumatsis gets it back. He'll skate towards the left point. He'll drop it back off the spot that he vacated. The captain, Mick Messner, gets the puck. Trying to get towards Berg. A glance off of Kumatsis onto Berg. Will bounce one from blue line to Wood off of his stick. Peter Walton gets their stride before Wood, boxing him out. As Canati will get towards McEachern. He'll tap it off the glass. Puck bounces in front of the Grizzlies bench. Taking it to Andrew Nilsson. His blue line passes off of Aragon's stick. Puck goes towards the near wing wall as Aragon takes a spill. As Peter Walton gets the puck, he'll throw it towards the middle of the ice for Canati, who accepts it. Canati gets towards center ice and dumps it in off the Grizzlies stick, and that was Craig Armstrong, not to be confused with Craig T. Nilsson, the actor. As Cooper Jones out towards Armstrong, who gets around Miller. Armstrong, right wing. He'll take a lefty shot that goes high and wide. Puck deflects off the glass and goes out of play. There's 16:46 left in the second. Still lead 1-0 as the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Armstrong displaying some good speed, trying to get up top on Kros. The thing with Kros being a 6'5 goaltender, there's not a whole lot of room up top. Might have to get down towards the crease and see if we can fire low on him. Fonstad will take the drives out there with Hillebrand and Mastrodonado. Fans still coming back from the concession lines here early second period. Draw one by Idaho. Register runs it down. Hillebrand gets there first. Hillebrand skates towards the left wing, trying to drop it for the corner. It's sticked away by Register. Grizzlies keep it in. Mastrodonado over to Hillebrand. Left side to the lefty shot. That's blocked by Trevor Zinn's stick. Oh, big time hit. Andrew Nilsson just obliterated a Steelhead. Jake Miller goes after him at center ice. And Miller wanted to fight. Nilsson wouldn't fight. Arm is raised. It's going to be an Idaho penalty. Jones gets it out towards Nilsson left side. He fires on net. Kros makes a save. Puck still alive. Referee lost sight of it and blows the whistle. And now an episode of the Jerry Springer Show is breaking out as Neil Shea finds somebody to push with. Boy, a Steelhead got obliterated in the high slot of the Idaho zone by Andrew Nilsson. Miller dropped the gloves, dropped his stick. Andrew Nilsson didn't drop his glove or his stick. He kept the play alive. Now Andrew Nelson talking with some guys on the Steelheads bench as both teams continue to talk things out behind the net that Ben Cross is defending in the second period. As Matt Register yelling it out with Chad Hillebrand. Actually, it's Masha Donato that Register is yelling at. Those guys were teammates last year. Hillebrand's talking about where the faceoff should be. Penalty's going to be on Idaho. Arm was raised. Barczewski was skating towards the bench. Delayed penalty. As they show the replay, and it was Mason McCarty that just got lit up by Andrew Nilsson. Miller dropped the gloves. He was at center ice. He was adjusting the forearm where the jersey was. He was ready to go. He was ready to fight. Andrew Nilsson didn't go, though. I think unsportsmanlike conduct, and Jade Miller's going to be the penalty. As Miller dropped the gloves at the center ice logo, Andrew Nilsson didn't drop his. So it's going to be a Utah power play as Miller gets 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. So he'll be in the box for 2. It's a Grizzlies' first power play of the game. Utah in the season is 21.3% on the man advantage, which is 8th best in the league. Idaho's penalty kill is 83.3%. Grizzlies over the last 4 games are 7 for 14 on the power play. So Miller gets 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. 16:15 left in the second period. Grizzlies will be on the power play with Masher, Donato, Messner, and Lebster. Down low from left to right. Dashke's up top with Fonstad. Watch out for Derek Dashke. He's been an outstanding performer on Utah's power plays this season. Dashke leads Utah with 12 power play points, 5 goals, and 7 assists. Draw one by Utah. Dashke in the left point, or to Fonstad. Steelheads lead 1-0. Dashke to Masher Donato, back to Dashke left point. He'll pedal to his right and get it to Fonstad in the right point. Fonstad slides one to Lebster. Puck ricochets off Register stick and out of play. As a fan in row 4 of section 114 will come away with a frozen vulcanized rubber disc. That might be more like row 6, I think. Luckily, everybody's okay. Good job by Register poking the puck away from Lebster. Same 5 on the ice for the Grizzlies. Register's out there with A.J. White. Both of those guys have over 100 games of pro experience against the Grizzlies. Utah wins the draw for the second time here in this power play. Dashke to Fonstad. He tried to feed it across the Masher Donato. Pass goes wide of the mark back to Neutrais. Grizzlies will saucer it back to Dashke, who's behind Utah's net as the Grizzlies want to enter the offensive zone with momentum. Dashke will drop it for Fonstad, who's got 4 goals his last 3 games. Dashke loses his stick. He gets a new one from Jackson Himber, the equipment manager. Lebster over to Masher Donato, near corner. He gets a hip check from Zins. Puck goes to the left point. Dashke will bounce to Lebster, back to Dashke, who slides to Masher Donato. Right side, take a righty shot. That's blocked by Register stick. Register calmly gets the puck, tried to clear it out, and his stick broke. But the puck ended up sliding towards Hoffman, and Hoffman clears it all the way out. Register gets a stick from the Beast, the equipment manager, Chris Bestel, who's been around about as long as a franchise. Halfway through the power play, Grizzlies change things up. Masher Donato across the center ice, but he's out there with 4 different Grizzlies. Over to Gallant, who gets double team, tries to break free of Bakanov. As Bakanov holds his ground, the big 6'3" forward. Puck goes to Lebster as the Grizzlies won the pile out of the puck out of the pile. Harsh will clear it out as Lebster, the puck lands off his stick. Yoon over to Hillebrand. Neutrais, Idaho ice. He'll dump it on towards Ben Cross. And throwing it out to center ice is Jason Horvath, who's been all over the place tonight for Idaho. Still lead 1-0. As there's 15 seconds left in the power play, Neil Shea races to Neutrais. Like a bolt of lightning, he enters the offensive zone. Gets to Wood on the right side. Wood skates down, like a righty shot. Saved by Cross. And he holds on with 6 seconds left in Utah's power play. It's the 4th of 9 regular season meetings between the clubs. Riley Wood's been a pretty good performer against Idaho this year. Wood is in the top 10 among league rookies in goals and points. Wood will take the drives out to Roche and Gallant. Up top is Andrew Nelson and Cooper Jones. As Grizzlies prepare for life after the power play. Idaho leads 1-0 on Bakanov's goal, 8:44 into the first period. Steelheads win the draw And they will glance it off the stanchion. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Miller comes out of the box as he dropped his gloves at center ice. Andrew Nilsson didn't. Idaho in the offensive zone. Kumatsis will fire a changeup onto Barchescu, who has a glance off his chest. Grizzlies will tap it off the glass. It goes out of play. Draw's going to be in Utah zone with 14 minutes and 1 second left in the first period. As a fan in row one will come away with a souvenir. Having a lot of fun here. Grizzlies are 1-1-0-1 so far in the homestand. They picked up 3 out of 6 standings points against Wichita. Connor McEachran will take the draw for Idaho against Utah's Cade Nilsson. Nilsson in his first season as a pro. His father's a head coach in the EIHL. In fact, Cade Nilsson played in that league for a handful of games before joining the Grizzlies. Andrew Nilsson has after Utah wins the draw as Moynihan's in front of Barchescu creating havoc. And looks like it's center ice. We got a fight! Nick Canati and Cooper Jones. They're going to fight at center ice. Jones maybe the smallest Grizzly. Canati the smallest Steelhead. As Canati and Jones tie each other up. Canati with a big time right. Jones keeps his feet. Now Canati keeps pumping away with the lefts. As Canati one uppercut after another. Those two are teammates last season. Canati and Jones hug it out. Linesmen think about stepping in, and they do. The two smallest players on the respective sides. Nick Canati and Cooper Jones dropping the gloves. Canati was able to get a few more blows in on Jones. And then once it felt like Jones was recovering, Canati and Jones hugged it out at neutral ice. And the linesman stepped in. 13:50s left in the second period. As Idaho still leads 1-0. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
.13 minutes and 50 seconds are left in the second period. We're going to skate 5-on-5 as Cooper Jones and Nick Canati, two former teammates, get in a fight. It's kind of interesting to think about. Canati's the smallest Steelhead, although he's pound for pound the toughest Steelhead on their club. And Cooper Jones, probably the smallest Grizzly, as he goes 5'8", 170 pounds. That's what he's listed at. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Utah will have their top forward line of Masha Donato, Hillebrand, and Fonstad. We had mentioned the impact of Chad Hillebrand. We've seen it in other games multiple times. Him just getting in front of the net, battling for positioning, and creating havoc. That's led to quite a few Utah goals. And that might be how Utah gets one past Ben Cross tonight. Idaho responds with their top forward line of Hank Crone, A.J. White, and Wade Murphy. Obviously, the home team's the one that responded, as they've got the last changes. For the Grizzlies, that will be the next 3 games here at Maverik Center. Fonstad will take the draw against White. Draw won by Idaho. Matt Register near goal line. Fires a changeup. Gloved and dropped by Barchescu. Grizzlies start the attack skating from left to right. The Maestro on the right wing steps over the offensive line, gets to Fonstad, who stops along the right wing boards. Fonstad, back check by Chrome. Fonstad strong with the puck. He now skates towards the left circle. He tried to center it to Hillebrand, but he was occupied by Trevor Zins. Still has come back the other way. Crone over the line. Shuffles, now gets to Zins right side, who fires a shot saved by Barchescu. And he holds on. And Zins looking for a second goal of the season. There was a Steelhead out in front trying to collect a rebound, but Barchescu caught it cleanly. As there's 13:21 left in the first period, or the second. High shot count. Grizzlies up to 16 shots. Idaho has taken 15. Zins was looking for A.J. White out in front. Any sort of rebound off of Barczewski. Would have been collected by A.J. White, who's got 6 goals and 27 assists this year. White is among the top 10 in a lot of offensive categories all time. He's been with the Steelheads since, if I remember right, the 2017-2018 season. He's been with Idaho with the exception of the 2020-21 year when Idaho didn't participate. He spent the year with the Grizzlies. A.J. White is the only current Steelhead that used to put on a Utah uniform. Steelheads win the draw. They'll back it out to new tries. Register dumps it back in. Hoffman behind his net gets double teamed looking for Ballon out in front. His shot is gloved by Barczewski, who holds on with 13:02 left in the second. Crafty play by Hoffman behind the net. Thinking about wraparound, instead got it about 5 feet in front of the crease to Ballant, who swung one on net. Same 3 forwards on the ice for Idaho. Grizzlies captain Mick Messner will take the draw. Messner has not missed a regular season game since he joined Utah towards the end of the 2022-23 season. This is consecutive game 118 for Mick Messner, which means he's about halfway to getting to where Tyler Penner was. Penner didn't miss a game for 3 straight seasons. Blount will take the draw against Messner, and puck goes towards the Utah end wall. Corbett, who played with Idaho for part of the 2017-2018 season battles. Now the puck's to the right point. Harsh over to Horvath, back to the left side. Dancing around, Kay Jensen wrestles down Andrew Ballant. Horvath around the net towards the right side. Sires out to Hoffman, who didn't get a shooting angle as he was being back-checked by Corbett. Hoffman skates towards the right corner, feeds up top. Harsh across to Horvath, left side. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by Jensen. Corbett gets the loose puck off the far wing wall, and he'll tap it to center ice looking for Wood. Pass behind him. Ballant will squib it in. Steelheads make a full line change. Puck run down by Kay Jensen. Jensen, second year as a Grizzly, will tattoo it off the far boards. It goes past Peter Walton. Nobody home for the Grizzlies as Utah is called for icing with 12:16 left in the second. Same teams tomorrow night. You want to make sure to get here early. Parking is going to be extremely difficult as we're expected to sell out here at Maverik Center. And because of that, you got to get your tickets right now at UtahGrizzlies.com. You got to be part of Grizzmania and one of the more exciting nights of the year. Guns and Hoses night. And it's really an entire day with the 3 charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. Idaho still leads 1-0, about 12 minutes left in the second period. Jensen will zip it along the far wing walls. Utah won the face-off. Puck bounced off of Wood at the Utah line. Idaho will back it out to center ice for Register, who backhanded it towards A.J. White. It goes past him. Corbett runs it down. He'll spin it past Murphy out to the right point. Idaho reverses it back behind the net. Grizzlies spin it towards the left point. Register lets it go. No icing on the play. Grizzlies will make a much-needed line change. Idaho runs it down. Peter Walton over to Register. Gets it jabbed away by Register. Now down the middle. Webster shot save. Rebound shot saved by Cross again. Webster had a look from the slot. Puck bounced off of Cross. Gallant was out in front trying to collect the rebound. And Gallant's shot was fired right back into Cross, who makes the stop with 11:38 left in the second. Shea got it to Webster down the middle. He took a righty shot, bounced off of Cross. Gallant tried to slide it under Cross, who was sprawling towards his left. And Cross was able to smother the puck and hold on. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 18-16. The only score so far is 8:44 into the first period. Bankinov getting his 8th of the year. If I remember right, that's his 4th in an Idaho uniform. Actually, it's his 5th in an Idaho uniform. He's been a great addition. 5 goals and 3 assists in this Bankinov's 8th game as a Steelhead. Off the draw, Utah wins it. Yoon will fire it off the end boards. Webster will slide it towards the far side. Loose puck. As Moynihan gets there about the same time as Shea. Now Webster trying to center it to Gallant. Goes past him. We get a penalty as hooking's going to be the cause. Jason Horvath was behind Gallant and hooked Gallant's arms to make sure he couldn't accept the puck. So we mentioned Jason Horvath in the game he has had. Horvath's been outstanding tonight, but he gets a 2-minute penalty. Hooking's the call. Grisby's here. Looks like Bumble's also here. The UVU mascot. Good to see everybody here at Maverik Center tonight. Bumble, love the new jersey as the Bees go into their brand new ballpark later on in a couple months. You're going to have to get me tickets, though, for the games in April. I got to go down to Borum as well, go see some UVU games. Bumble, I'm here anyway, about 36 times a year. So give or take. Well, Grizzlies are on the power play for the second time. Utah wins the draw. Messner gets up top to Dashke, trying to get towards Lebster. Puck glanced off a stick and flies about shoulder high, and it's gloved by Cross. He holds on. 11:19 left in the second period, and really that might be the type of play that the Grizzlies score on. Just a redirection off the stick, flying over one of Cross's shoulders. Masher Donato, watch out for him. He's been key on the power play. You think about him being a goal scorer, but it's really been distributing. 8 power play assists for Masher Donato, including quite a few over the last few games. As Utah battles over in the left circle, puck slides out of the zone. Fonstad will run it down to the Grizzlies' end. Utah skating from left to right. As we've played about 9 minutes here in the second period. We're close to the halfway mark. Fonstad loses it. Puck deep in the Grizzlies zone. Masher Donato gets it off the near wing wall. Grizzlies spread the ice. The Maestro gets it across off the boards. Messner skates in momentum. Left side will take a shot. Saved by Cross in the butterfly position. Register will lift it. Gloved and dropped by Masher Donato, but the puck goes out to center ice. Hoffman steps over the offensive line, surrounded by 3 Grizzlies. Steelheads make a change around Hoffman, who skates towards the left corner. Tries to box out Fonstad. And Fonstad will brush it towards the right corner. He now battles with Bakanov. Taking the puck is Dashke, and he'll slide it towards the middle of the ice for Lebster, who trying to zip it to Dashke. Puck off the stick. Messner accepted it. Now Fonstad skates down the middle, veers off to the right. Now Fonstad swirls over on the right wing. He'll skate towards the right point. Now Fonstad will backhand it to Dashke, back to Fonstad, who's got 4 goals in this homestand. Over to Messner, trying to get it out in front towards Masher Donato. And it's collected by Cross, who holds on with 10:08 left in the second. So we're at about the halfway point of this scheduled 60-minute affair. Utah has outshot Idaho 19-16. The Grizzlies do have a few more scoring chances than the Steelheads here in the first half of the game. The only goal scored by Andrei Bakanov. It's his 8th game as a Steelhead, and he's got 8 points, 5 goals, and 3 assists. Gallant kicked out of the face-off circle. Briley Wood will take the draw. Wood has 4 power play goals this season. Hillebrand, Yoon, and Shea are the other Grizzlies on the ice. 44 seconds left in Utah's power play. Steelheads still lead 1-0. Idaho is 10-0 this season when leading after 1 period. Idaho wins the battle in the right corner, and Jade Miller will throw it all the way towards Barcheski as Hillebrand and Miller exchange words. Hillebrand's been a physical presence tonight. Yoon gets down to the right wing for Gallant over the line. Gallant will get it to Wood. Wood dangles back and forth on the right side, gets to the circle, drops to the corner for Shea. Neil Shea surveys. He'll feed it up top to Yoon, who pedals to his right. Now Yoon, high slot, takes a righty shot that goes high, bounces off the glass. Gallant will skate towards the corner far side. Now he gets to Wood, who's in the left point. He'll roll one onto Yoon, who skates in, drops it for Wood, but it's picked off. Pass was wide of the mark. Reese Harsh crosses center ice. Out of the box is Horvath. He'll skate towards the bench, even though his defensive partner is on the ice right now in Reese Harsh. Miller trying to drop it for Svetlikov. It's jabbed away by Wood. Puck slides to center ice. Ricochets off the near wing wall. Register ahead to Miller. He gets cut off by Gallant. Barcheski way out of his net. Kumatsi's bounced it. Now right side, righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. He makes another highlight stop. Puck still alive. Wood, right side. He gets bounced along the near boards at center ice by Kumatsis. Miller over the line. Left side. He'll drop it for Kumatsis, who skates in. Now he's in the slot. He'll get to Miller. Left side shot. Kick saved by Barcheski. Puck still alive. Miller gets up top. It glanced off of Nielsen's stick and it flies out of play into the Grizzlies penalty box area, where Cooper Jones continues to stand. And now Kanadi and Jones come out of the penalty box as they're done serving their fighting majors. 8:42 is left in the second period. We're having a good time here at Maverik Center. Got a good Friday night crowd. We're expecting pretty close to a sellout, if not an exact sellout, on Saturday night. Your tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. A.J. White will take the draw against Cade Nilsson. Shots pretty close to even. Utah's 19, Idaho has 18. Puck goes to Register. He gets bounced by Armstrong. Puck goes to center ice. Trevor Zins for Idaho gathers it, and he will wobble it in. As Zins got hit by Aaron Aragon at neutral ice after Zins dumped it in. Towards the middle of the ice, Crone shot saved by Barcheski as Wade Murphy gets up top, but it goes out to neutral ice. Register across the ends of the Idaho line. He will zip it out to Cade Nilsson. Almost played with a high stick. The officials let it go. As Cade Jensen back deep in the Grizzlies zone across to Corbett, who's on the near side. Corbett keeps his head up. He'll bounce off the near wall. Armstrong collects it. He skates towards the right circle. Take a lefty shot and it goes wide. Grizzlies make a line change and they touch it, neutralize. Luckily, the Grizzlies were able to get their defenseman off the ice, so they didn't get called for too many. As Grizzlies were called for that during Monday night against Wichita. Berg crosses center ice right wing. Gets over the line, gets around Register, chasing after the puck. Berg and Moynihan, the two number 19s collide. Puck goes back to the right point. Cooper Jones gets the puck. He'll fire on net, but the puck ended up exiting the zone as Jones was winding back, trying to fire on net. And offside are the Grizzlies with 7:39 left in the second. Nars Law Sports and Entertainment options out there, including some hockey options. We appreciate everybody who decided to join us here on this Friday night. Cole Fonsnell will take the draw against Connor McEachern. Fans having a good time, chugging beverages that really aren't that cheap. And that was about $5 per second per chug of that beer. I don't know. We'll have to do the math on that. Moynihan steps in right side, stops the point. Idaho skating from right to left during the period. McEachern will tap it off the end boards. Kumat Cease, who's a speedy one from Arizona State. He'll skate towards the left side with some power. He'll drop it for McEachern. He feeds to the right side. Lefty shot by Horvath is blocked away by Barcheski. Harsh, left point. Could he keep it in? Linesman says he did. As Kumat Cease will skate towards the left point. He'll fake it to Harsh. Kumat Cease now surveys in the left point. He'll slide one on to Horvath. Pass is too hot to handle. Puck goes to Mastrodonado. He skates down the middle of the ice. Gets back checked by Harsh. And cleared off the near wing boards by McEachern. Now McEachern battles with Berg. Berg gets the puck. He's in the offensive zone. He'll throw it to the corner. Taking it's Horvath, who gets blasted by Mastrodonado in the corner. Horvath behind the net. Will slide it to Kumat Cease, who will race out to center ice. Kumat Cease crosses center. And he will sky it into the right corner. Puck stays in play. Steelheads make a full line change. 6.5 minutes left in the second period. Lebster gets it at center ice, surrounded by three Steelheads. Steps over the line, veers off to the left as he skated towards the far wing boards. Now the puck reverses back to the right side as Idaho will tap it off the boards. Gallant collided with Ballant. Ballant used to play with Indy. Fourth game he's played against the Grizzlies this year. Dash over to Gallant. Right side, he gets around Hoffman. Gallant over the line. Faked it to Lebster as Gallant skates around the net. Canati takes it away. We get a whistle. Holding is going to be the call. I think it's going to be on Nick Canati. He can't believe it. Grizzlies are going to be on the power play with 6:02 left in the second. Boy, it seems like a few of the penalties have been behind that net on the right side as we see it from high top section 114. That's where Andrew Nilsson picked up the penalty in the first period. So see if the Grizzlies can find a way to tie it up as Idaho leads 1-0. Steelheads lead the Grizzlies in the shot count 20-19. And as Cole Gallant was behind the net, there wasn't a whole lot there. And if you're an Idaho fan, you can't be too thrilled about that one. But the call was made by referee Harrison O'Prey. Grizzlies will take it, though. Draws over in the left circle. Won by Idaho. Matt Register will throw it towards the near wing wall for A.J. White, who will saucer it all the way towards Barcheski. Puck ricochets off Utah's backboards. Dashke gets the puck. He skates around Barcheski's net. Dashke dance around. Now drop it back for Fonstad, who will lay it for Mastrodonado at neutral ice. The Maestro crosses center ice, gets towards Messner. Over the line onside, left point. They'll drop it for Dashke as Messner skates in front of the net. Lebster over to Fonstad, right side. Now back up top to Dashke. Over to Fonstad. Right wing just outside the circle. Take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Register. The Maestro gets it in the left corner. He'll feed it up top to Dashke. Back to Mastrodonado, who danced around. The second-year pro to Canisius up top to Dashke, who shuffles towards his right. Now he fires towards the net. It goes wide as Register will wobble it all the way past Dashke deep in the Grizzlies zone. Idaho hits the refresh button, and they get 4 fresh tires on the ice. Grizzlies keep the same 5-man unit. As Lebster back towards Mastrodonado, who gets the neutral ice over to Fonstad, who crosses center ice down the middle. He'll chip it his right to Lebster over the offensive line. Lebster skates towards the right corner. Now around Idaho's net towards the far side. Up top to Fonstad, over to Dashke, fakes a one-timer, gets to Fonstad, over to Mastrodonado, who slides one to Dashke, right wing. Dashke over to Fonstad, left side. Grizzlies patient with their approach over to Dashke. One-timer, and that's blocked by Hoffman. They'll make that back and off. He's got the only goal tonight. Dashke to Fonstad. He'll get to the far goal line for Webster, who spins one back towards the left point off the wall for Dashke. Late in the power play over to Fonstad. One-timer goes off over the crossbar. Grizzlies fire towards the net, and it's the side of it as Webster had a tough angle from the far goal line. 15 seconds left in the power play. Extended shift by this five-man unit. They've stayed out there the entire power play. Fonstad, high slot, gets to Dashke. As Dashke over in the high slot gets it to Webster. Left side, Webster dangles and gets it back to Dashke. Late in the power play over to Fonstad. One-timer saved by Cross. Rebound hacking away. Cross is laying on the puck, and the whistle blows. And it looks like Reese Harsh is getting after it with Reed Webster. Harsh, 6'4", 201-pound defenseman, as he protects his goaltender. Cross, a big 6'5" netminder, gets back to his feet. He has been perfect tonight, stopping all 21 Utah shots. 3:59 left in the second period. Idaho still leads 1-0 as Andrei Bakanov scored 8:44 into the first period. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
First of 6 meetings here at Maverik Center against the Idaho Steelheads over the next 18 days. Idaho still leads 1-0. 3 other games in the Mountain Division. Kansas City gets a 5-2 victory over the Tahoe Night Monsters. Max Androv and Nolan Sullivan each had 2 goals in the victory for the defending Western Conference champions. Tulsa, in a football score, defeats Wichita 7-3. Bakich had 2 goals, and Alex Butcher had 2 goals for the Oilers as well. 7 minutes left in the third period. Allen leads Rapid City 2-1. Spencer Asachuk and Kyle Krenkovic have solicited assists for the Americans. Draws in the right circle of the Steelhead zone. Cole Gallant will take the draw. Gallant, second-year pro out of Western Michigan, wins the draw over to Hillebrand up top for Corbett. Right side, take a shot, and it fires off the near post. Iron unkind. Corbett, right point, fires towards the net, save. Rebound, Gallant skates in. Shot saved by Cross. A lot of traffic out in front. Miller gets it poked away by Shea. Over to the left side. Zins gets engulfed by Hillebrand as puck rolls along the near side. Svetlikov collects it at center ice as he'll skeet towards the left circle, trying to get towards Miller, and it's sticked away by Jensen. Miller gets it, looking for a wraparound, and it's sticked away by Corbett. Behind the net, Svetlikov towards the near side. He gets hacked away by Jensen. Jensen strong with the puck, and he'll move it to Hillebrand at center ice. Hillebrand crosses center 2-on-2, and he'll bounce it in. Shea over to the right side, avoids Zinn's check. Shea gets it across. Nielsen all alone, left side, take a lefty shot, hits the side of the net, doesn't go in. And fans react as they saw the net rattle back and forth. It's still 1-0 Idaho. Crossing center ice and dumping it in is Mason McCarty, who's back after getting blasted by Andrew Nelson earlier in the second period. Cooper Jones crosses center. He'll slide it to Cade Nilsson, who steps over the line, skates towards the corner before he got there. Versus field. Puck to the middle of the ice off of Armstrong's stick. And Idaho will drag the puck out to neutral ice. Cade Nilsson delivers a blow on Trevor Zins. Idaho dumps it in. Cooper Jones after it. Trying to drop it for Armstrong. Picked off by Crone. Back out in front to Murphy. Backhand shots kicked away by Barcheski. Now Murphy, right side. We get a whistle. High sticking is going to be the call. Who's it going to be on? Is it on Crone or is it on Cooper Jones? Or the puck might have just been played with a high stick. Looks like the puck was just played with a high stick. Faceoff comes back to neutral ice. As it was played with Hank Crone's high stick, he can't believe the call. Crone arguing his case vehemently with Harrison O'Prey, but the referee said the puck was played with a high stick. The UVU mascot is chugging a bottle of water. Good for him. The Wolverine is here in attendance, as is Bumble. They stopped by Section 114 a few minutes ago. Brian Yoon, blue line to blue line. Pass goes to Wood, who gets to Berg. Left side, right side. Shot, a score! Adam Berg gets his third of the year. And late in the second period, we're tied at 1. Boy, Berge was in traffic on the right side, and he just fired it on net and past Ben Cross. This Maverik Center crowd is fired up as Adam Berg gets a round of applause and a pat in the back from head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. He will get an assist as he bounced it towards Wood, who dropped it for Berg. He was skating towards the right circle. Berg just fired it low off the right pad of Cross. It was the top of the right pad, and it squirted past the Idaho goaltender. So Berge gets his third of the year with Brian Yoon and Briley Wood getting the assists. Wood now has a point. And he now has 18 assists this season. Yoon's got a point in 5 straight games. Idaho over the line as we're tied at 1. McEachern with speed skates around Utah's net. Up top to Harsh, across to Horvath, left point. I'll bounce to the left circle. Moynihan swings and misses. He gets it back. He fires towards the net and it's sticked away by Dashke. Jay crosses center ice. And he will spin it towards Kraz, right side. Yoon over to Shea, who feeds it to the middle of the ice. It's picked off by Harsh. Harsh off a Horvath skate as Yoon head towards Shea over the line. A backhanded to Masha Donato, left wing. Grizzlies in the offensive zone up top to Yoon. We're tied at 1. Over to Fonstad, right side, who dangles back and forth. Fonstad slides it back to Yoon. Shoulder fake. Now he gets to Shea, right side. Shea looks. Now he gets to Fonstad. High slot. Fonstad fires towards the net, and that's blocked away. Masha Donato's boxed out by Harsh. And gained the bouncing puck in front of the crease is Ben Cross. He covers up with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the second. So Adam Berg scores 17:41 into the second period with Briley Wood and Brian Yoon getting the assists. Yoon now has 11 assists on the season. Briley Wood now has 18 assists this year. And with that, Wood now joins Neil Shea and Derek Dashke for a tie with the club lead. All 3 of those guys have 31 points this season. And so we now have a 3-way tie for the club lead in points. Puck to the right point. Corbett will lift it over Webster's head. Puck hits the top of the boards. Idaho trying to get towards Hoffman. It goes past him or make that backing off, and icing is on Idaho with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the second. We're talking about difference makers on this Utah club. You have to look at Brian Yoon. Grizzlies have a record of 13-9-2-1 in the 25 games that Brian Yoon has played in. And with the assist, he now has a point in 14 of 26 games. Draws in the right circle. Gallant will take these out there with Webster and Hillebrand. Face-off won by Idaho. Register will get it ahead. Register got hit by Gallant. As puck back to Neutrice, backing off. Collides with Gallant along the near boards. Register skies it into the right corner deep in the Grizzlies zone. Run down by Jensen. Will push it past Hillebrand near the Grizzlies bench. Idaho gets it back. Register will zip it towards his bench. Referee gets out of the way. Now towards the middle of the ice, backing off. Will skate in. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Barcheski. Fields on with 38.4 seconds left in the second. Backing off is Idaho's lone goal tonight. He had a pretty good chance for a second as he was skating down Broadway. Veered off to the left circle and took a lefty shot that Barcheski made a good glove save on. Utah's taken 24 shots to Idaho's 21. Both teams had 13 shots in the first period, so the Grizzlies have an 11-8 advantage here so far in the second period. Crowd here at Maverik Center is having a good time. A.J. White will take the draw, but it's won by Mick Messner and the Grizzlies. Dashke around the wall to the goal scorer, Adam Berg. It goes past him. Register back in his own zone, gets it. He keeps his head up. He'll get it off of Messner's stick. White runs it down, but Yoon gets there 2 strides ahead of him. Now to Dashke behind Utah's net. 20 seconds left in the period. Over to Wood. He will fly it out towards Berg. Puck off his stick. Left side. Berg, lefty shot. And it's kicked away by Cross. Berg behind the net as he battles with Zins. Zins trying to push Berg off the puck. Register takes it away from both of them. He tried to clear it out. Wood keeps it in right side over to Messner. At the buzzer, takes a shot and it's blocked by Register. That'll do it for 40 blue-collar minutes here at Maverik Center. Idaho took a 1-0 lead when Backenoff scored 8:44 in. Grizzlies responded with the tying goal as from the right wing, Adam Berg fired a lefty shot. Got past Cross as it bounced over the top of his right pads. The Steelheads go to taunt Derek Dashke 1-by-1 as they all take a number. And the officials tell him to cease and desist and go to the locker room. Bergey's goal was assisted by Briley Wood and Brian Yu. So we got a good one here at Maverik Center. We're tied at 1. Grizzlies have a second period goal in 23 of their last 26 games. And Utah, over the last 4 games, if you count tonight, have scored 12 second period goals. We come back, we'll recap the first 2 periods. We'll also go over some scores from around the league and some NHL scores as well. After 2 periods, we got a good one here at Maverik Center. It's the Idaho Steelheads 1 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Through 2 periods of a very evenly played game as the Grizzlies and Steelheads are tied at 1. Both teams had 13 shots in the first frame. Andre Bakanov got his 8th of the year, 8:44 into the first, with Brendan Hoffman picking up the assist. Hoffman now has 15 assists on the season. Second period, it stayed a 1-0 game for quite a while. 3:45 into the second, Jade Miller got an unsportsmanlike conduct minor as Andrew Nilsson just unloaded on Mason McCarty over in the high slot of the Steelhead zone. Miller challenged Nilsson to a fight. Miller dropped his gloves at center ice, but Nilsson didn't drop his. So Jade Miller got an unsportsmanlike conduct minor. Grizzlies didn't capitalize on that power play. Utah's 0 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. Idaho's 0 for 1. Nick Canati and Cooper Jones. Canati might be the smallest of all the Steelheads, and Cooper Jones might be the smallest of all the Grizzlies. And yet the former Idaho teammates dropped the gloves 6:10 into the second period. Canati got probably a few more blows in than Jones, but I think Canati's been in a few more pro fights than Cooper Jones has been in. They dropped the gloves 6:10 into the second. Horvath has been an outstanding performer for Idaho tonight. Jason Horvath, he picked up a hooking minor, 8:36 into the second period. Nick Canati got a holding minor, 13:58 into the second. Grizzlies have 4 power play shots among the 3 full power plays they've had tonight. They just haven't found the back of the net. Idaho had 1 power play that came in the first period as Andrew Nilsson got a slashing minor, 6:17 in, and the Steelheads had 1 shot on their power play. Utah has a 24-21 advantage in the shot count. Grizzlies with 11 shots to Idaho's 8. Utah got on the board 17-41 into the third as Brian Yoon ricocheted the puck off the near boards. Briley Wood got it, dropped it to Berg in the right circle. Berg fired a lefty shot that bounced off the top of the pads of Ben Cross and found its way past the goal line. Berge now has 3 goals on the season. Briley Wood and Brian Yoon with the assist. Yoon extends his point-scoring streak to 5 games. And for Briley Wood, that means he now has 31 points on the season, which now ties him with Neil Shea and Derek Dashke for the club lead. Dashke's got 31 points, 8 goals, and 23 assists. And Neil Shea has 16 goals and 15 assists on the season. In terms of who's been aggressive offensively, Cole Fonstad leads the way with 4 shots. Keaton Machadonado has 3 shots. All 3 of them came in the second period. Utah also has 2 shots from Dashke, Messner, Lepster, Berg, Shea, and Cole Gallant, and then 1 shot each for a handful of Grizzlies. For Idaho, and there are 21 shots. It's been a very balanced attack. Andre Bakanov leads the way with 3 shots. Then quite a few Steelheads with 2 shots, including Hoffman, Kumatsis, Harsh, Register, Crone, and Alex Blount. And a few other Steelheads with 1 shot through 2 periods. So we got a good one here. Good goaltending matchup. Both goalies have been outstanding. Jake Marcheski so far has saved 20 of 21. And Ben Cross has stopped 23 of 24. It's one of 4 Mountain Division battles here tonight in this mammoth 3-game series, which certainly, could have playoff implications for the Grizzlies. Are trying to climb back into the playoff race. The other 3 Mountain Division battles, 2 of them have gone final. Max Androv and Nolan Sullivan each had 2 goals as Kansas City defeated Tahoe 5-2. That was a battle for first place in the Mountain Division. Kansas City now has a 3-point lead over Tahoe for first place in the division. Tulsa gets a 7-3 victory over Wichita. And 1 game in progress in the Mountain Division. A minute is left in the third period. Allen leads Rapid City 3-1. Spencer Asachuk has 2 goals. Kyle Krenkovic has also found the back of the net for the Americans. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores, including an update on the Utah Hockey Club as they take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. We've got a good one here at Maverik Center. We're tied at 1 after 2 periods. Grizzlies have 12 scoring chances through 2 frames. Idaho has 8. We'll come back and go over some NHL scores on the other side. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. We're tied at 1. Bakanov scored a first period goal for Idaho. Adam Berg responded with a second period goal. A few NHL games tonight. The Utah Hockey Club leads 1-0 after 2 periods. Their first ever meeting against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Nick Schmaltz scored a power play goal 41 seconds into the second period. The captain, Clayton Keller, gets his 37th assist. And how about Barrett Hayton? He's been doing it with goals lately. Hayton picks up his 15th assist of the season. Utah has outshot Columbus 23-15. Schmaltzy on the power play is the only goal. And Karel Vejmelka has been outstanding in net. Veggie has saved all 15 he has seen. So Utah leads 1-0 over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Fun fact, Columbus's radio guy, Bob McElligott, is a former ECHL broadcaster over in the Eastern Time Zone. He was here in this league quite a few years ago, probably 20, 25 years ago, something to that extent. Quite a few ECHL alums. In fact, two are on the Utah side. Mike Fulte used to be with the Florida Everblades and the Atlanta Gladiators, and Adrian Denny obviously doing radio pregame, intermission, and postgame. He was the voice of the Utah Grizzlies for 13 seasons before he left for Tucson in the summer of 2018. Utah leads Columbus 1-0 after 2 periods. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, maintain a 4-0 lead over the St. Louis Blues. Avalanche have gotten goals from 4 different players, including Kel McCarr, who picked up a power play goal 17-25 into the first. Nathan MacKinnon picked up an assist on the McCarr goal. McKinnon now has 60 assists on the season. That's right, 60 assists. Who knows what he's on pace for? The dynamic duo of Kel McCarr and Nathan MacKinnon about outstanding. Colorado leads St. Louis 4-0. The Avalanche will be on the power play for 1 minute 15 seconds to start the third period. 2 games have gone final in the National League. Sabres defeat the Predators 4-3. The deciding goal was scored by Jure Kulich, 17:56 into the third. Dallas gets a 5-3 victory over Vancouver. Jake Ottinger is the number 1 star of that game. He allowed 3 goals on 29 shots. Rope Hintz had 2 goals and 1 assist. Jason Robertson had 2 goals and 1 assist as well. And to give Ottinger a first star with that performance, he must have made some outstanding highlight saves, as Hintz and Robertson each had 3-point games for the Stars and come away with a 5-3 victory over the Vancouver Canucks. When we come back, we'll preview the rest of this homestand, and we'll also talk about the 4-game road trip the Grizzlies have next week. If you're thinking about the games over the next 3 weeks, the next 18 days to be exact, might have a big deal as to whether the Grizzlies can get back into the playoff race. We're tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. You're listening to the second intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Boy, the party's just getting started this weekend as the Grizzlies are opening up a 3-game series against the Idaho Steelheads tonight. We got a good third period in store. You know the old cliche, win the period, win the game, and that's what the Grizzlies have in front of them. It's the second straight game that's tied after 2 periods. Utah and Wichita were tied at 2 on Monday night after 2 frames. TJ Lloyd scored 11.5 minutes into the third period to give the Thunder a 3-2 lead. Neil Shea scored the tying goal with 1:48 seconds left in regulation. We went to a shootout. Mikkel Stenell got the shootout game winner as Wichita prevailed for a 4-3 victory. Utah has 3 out of 6 standings points so far on the homestand. Don't forget that tomorrow is going to be the Guns N' Hoses extravaganza. 3 charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. And obviously the game is going to be a ton of fun. Hey, make a day out of it. Come watch the charity games. As the day progresses, the charity games just get more heated and the skill level just increases more and more. That's going to be a ton of fun. It's Guns versus Hoses, the charity games, which are always a big attraction here at Maverik Center. And the game at 7 o'clock is going to be fun as well. We're expecting a big crowd, so get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. Both teams will be off on Sunday afternoon. I imagine some players might go downtown to watch the Utah Hockey Club take on the St. Louis Blues. The series finale will be on Monday night, 7:10 face-off. And with that, you can get 4 tickets for $48. A great $12 per ticket offer. And you get that at UtahGrizzlies.com. It's Monday night in the series finale. And then the Grizzlies will be on the road for 4 games. 3 games next week against the Tulsa Oilers, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And yes, I'm looking for donations. If you got enough money to fly me out to Tulsa so I can see the games live, We would love that, as Tulsa is the gold standard for the worst video feed that we have ever seen. And then the Grizzlies will face the Wichita Thunder on February 11th. And then the Idaho Steelheads come back to town for a 3-game set. So 6 games over an 18-day stretch starting tonight. We'll have the Idaho Steelheads here at Maverik Center. And don't forget, Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day is going to be an AFCU Friday. I can't think of a better place to take a Valentine. That is, if I ever had one, this would be the place right here at Maverik Center. AFCU Friday, that's a couple weeks from now. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow, February 15th, is going to be the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night. We're taking ideas as to what our outfit's going to be for the occasion, and that's going to be a ton of fun. It's the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night as they look to hook the Steelheads here at Maverik Center. That's 15 days from now. And then Monday, February 17th, will be a 3:10 start for the holiday. Gear tickets for all those games, UtahGrizzlies.com. And I think by the time we get through President's Day, we might have a pretty good idea as to where the Grizzlies are in terms of the playoff race, especially if you think about Kansas City and Tahoe are the top 2 teams in the Mountain Division. You're looking at third place right now being Wichita, although they just got passed by Tulsa tonight. Tulsa takes over third place with their 7-3 victory over Wichita. Well, obviously, the Grizzlies have 3 games on the road in Tulsa next week. They got 1 game against Wichita, who they just saw here at Maverik Center this past weekend. Idaho, if the playoffs start today, they would be on the outside looking in. They've got 46 standings points through 40 games this year and a .575 point percentage. Grizzlies right now are tied for 7th with 30 standings points, a .385 point percentage. They got a leapfrog Rapid City. The Rush Grizzlies, if they do beat Idaho tonight, they pass Rapid City for 6th place in the Mountain Division. If Utah can take care of business, get their fair share of victories over the next 6 games against Idaho, and then maybe go 3-1 on that road trip, Utah all of a sudden can find themselves right back into the playoff picture, just like that. So the next 10 games, I think, are going to tell the big picture, and really tell all the story as to just how much of a playoff threat the Grizzlies are this season. Well, some stats of the first 2 periods. Through 2 frames, Utah has 12 scoring chances. Idaho has 8. Battle in the faceoff circle has been pretty close to even. Grizzlies have 20 faceoff victories to Idaho's 18. Utah has 4 power play shots. Idaho has 1, but the Grizzlies do have 3 power plays to Idaho's 1. Grizzlies have 14 hits according to the off-ice officials. Idaho has 11. And giveaways are even. Both teams have 8 giveaways through 2 periods. When we come back in 1 minute, we will have third period action. Both goaltenders have been outstanding tonight. Jake Barczewski for the Grizzlies has saved 20 of 21. Ben Cross for Idaho has saved 23 of 24. We're back for the third period in 1 minute. You've been listening to the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
As the old saying goes, you win the period, you win the game, and that holds true here. Andre Bakanov scored 8:44 into the first period, with Brendan Hoffman getting the assist. Grizzlies got on the board when Adam Berg scored on a lefty shot from the right wing. That was 17:41 in. Berge now has 3 goals this season. Wood and Yoon picked up the assists. Grizzlies will start the third period with Neil Shea, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Cole Fonstad. Utah has switched up the forward lines a little bit. Shea and Mastrodonato out there with Fonstad, a defensive pairing of Cooper Jones and Andrew Nilsson. As all the Grizzlies players right now are looking at the highlights of the first 2 periods. As they see the Berge goal for Idaho, they're going to start the third period with their top forward line. Actually, it's going to be the same 3 at the start of the game. Hoffman, with Bakanov and Blount with a defensive pairing of Register and Zins. Draw at center ice is won by Idaho. Trevor Zins runs it down. He gathers it in the near corner. Idaho skates from left to right. Utah from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. Steelheads in a white jersey with black numbers, a little bit of silver trim. Grizzlies in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Home run pass out to Bakanov off his stick. Cooper Jones got a piece of it as well. Blount behind Utah's net towards the near side. As he'll stop on a dime right side. He'll filter it to the high slot. Hoffman will nudge it towards Register. Left point. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Register has gotten assists in 5 straight games, and he's among league leaders with 31 helpers on the season. Grizzlies will get a new defensive pairing of Dashke and Yoon on the ice. They will have Masher, Donato, Fonstad, and Shea stay out there for an extended shift. Puck bounces off the near wing wall, and it's tapped off a stanchion. Dashke recovers as Moynihan tried to get around him. Fonstad takes the puck. He'll race left wing, cross center ice. He'll drop it for Lebster. He moves to Yoon near the Idaho bench. Yoon will step over the line, and he'll bounce it off the end boards on 3 hops of the ice. Puck trickles towards the near wing wall. Chad Hillebrand gets it. He gets a basketball screen from Lebster. Hillebrand feeds up top to Yoon. He gets it across off a Steelhead on to Reed Lebster. Left side will skeet towards his right. He'll get to Hillebrand, who's still looking for his first pro goal. The Western Michigan product. First full season as a pro. A fire towards the net. It goes wide. Missed the net stick side on Cross. Idaho will lift it past Yoon as the puck wobbles outside like a spinning top. Icing is on Idaho with 18:28 left in the third. So Draw's going to be back in the Steelhead zone. We'll see if Neil Shea and Keaton Mastrodonato find a way to get on the scoring sheet tonight. After all, they've scored on pretty much every home game. They haven't had a home game yet where they haven't scored. Idaho wins the draw. As ends over to Moynihan, who crosses center ice, gets around Jensen. Moynihan avoids Gallant's check, but Moynihan got divorced from the puck. Corbett keeps his head up. Moving out to center ice for Lebster, who swirls around Corbett. Lebster chips to his left. Puck goes to Gallant, who skates towards the corner. Now he stops, skates back towards the left point. Drops it back to the spot he vacated. Lebster runs it down. He gets pushed by A.J. White, who loses his balance. As Lebster and White battle, Hillebrand joins the play as he nudges A.J. White. Puck goes back towards the left point. Jensen throws it back towards traffic. Lebster feeds to the middle for Hillebrand. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Puck still alive. Idaho gets it. Crone to the right wing for Murphy over the line. He'll drop it. Now back towards Murphy, left side. Murphy skates around Utah's net. Barcheski lost his balance. He gets back in his crease. Crone, right side, skates towards his left as Jensen goes flying down the middle of the ice. Puck to the left corner, dashed away by Corbett. Left side shot, saved by Barcheski. And he holds on as Murphy had a look from the left side. A.J. White on a drive-by trying to nudge it in from the right wing, but Barcheski holds on with 17:25 left in the third. Boy, Barcheski's been a brick wall. It's his first start since this past Friday night. Barcheski's been on point here this evening. Grizzlies have a defensive zone draw, right side. McMessner's out there with Berge and Briley Wood. Fans having a good time here on a Friday night. Guns and Hoses Eve off the draw, right side. Miller fires towards the net. Barcheski makes the save. 17:21 left in the third. Draw's going to be in the right circle again in the Grizzlies zone. Both teams are towards the bottom of the league in shots allowed per game. Once again, it's another high-volume shot night. Grizzlies up to 25. Idaho has 23. Idaho has 2 shots. Utah has 1 here so far in the third period. We're tied at 1. Utah wins the draw. Adam Berg, the former Cyclone, will throw it into Steelhead's ice. Kanadi gets it. We get it back to Peter Walton, who tried to get to Swetlakov, who couldn't get a stick on it, but no icing on the play. McCarty, centering pass out in front, glanced off the Miller stick as he was cutting towards Barcheski. Wood, race out to center ice, so push to his left for Berg. Berg fires towards the net, and the puck must have bounced off the Kanadi stick, and it flies out of play. 16:58 left in the third. Utah will have an offensive zone draw. Grizzlies working all 4 forward lines here in the third period as Aragon, Cade Nilsson, and Greg Armstrong take the ice. There are 4 former Grizzlies on the current. There are 4 former Steelheads on the Grizzlies roster. Aaron Aragon, Cooper Jones, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Cody Corbett. Draw one by Idaho. That might be a trivia question later on in the series you might want to remember. Idaho across the center ice over the offensive line. Hoffman, left wing, righty shot is blocked by Yoon. Puck trickles towards Barcheski, now towards the end boards. Yoon battles. Cade Nilsson takes the puck. Nilsson 3 goals this season, gets to center ice, and he will loft to Pryor towards the end boards. Prayer's unanswered as Idaho comes away with it. Peter Walton gets spun around. Ballant will move it to center ice down the middle as Bakanov will take a shot saved by Barcheski. Bakanov looking for his second goal of the night. He leads Idaho with shots so far. Ballant will throw it back towards Zins, who's battling with Aragon, and Aragon will clear it out. It got redirected to no icing. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck. Idaho will get new forwards on the ice. About 4 minutes into the third period. We're still tied at 1. It's anybody's game. Out to New Trice. Register skates down the middle on a stroll. Over to Murphy, right wing. Over the line, allegedly onside. Cross to Crone. He'll take a shot that goes over the crossbar. Stays in play off the glass. Murphy whips it around back towards Crone, who tosses to White behind the net. White tried to get it out in front. It kicked off of Barcheski's left pad. Shea with a right wing pass that goes to Mastrodonato. The Maestro skates in. Shot goes wide. Corbin out to Fonstad. Back to Shea. Shea trying to slide one towards the net, and it glanced off the stick. Now Fonstad left wing lefty shot. Saved by Cross. He holds on with 15:34 left in the third. And some pushing and shoving out in front of the net. As Register and Mastrodonato get reacquainted out in front of the crease. As Register trying to protect Cross, and Mastrodonato trying to get Utah 2-1 lead. So Grizzlies will have the 3-man forward unit of Mastrodonato, Fonstad, and Shea on the ice. Hope everybody's having a good Friday night. We're having a ton of fun here at Maverik Center. Tomorrow's going to be a blast as well with the Guns N' Hoses extravaganza. Fonstad will take the draw against McEachern, but it's McEachern who wins the draw for Idaho. Steelheads race into the attack zone. Kumats East left side, loses his balance, gets it back, fires it out in front, and it's sticked away by Cooper Jones. Shea crosses the center ice, steps over the offensive line, right side. He'll drop it for Mastrodonato, take a right wing righty shot, saved by Cross. He holds on with 15:16 left in the third. Looks like goals are going to be at a premium with both of these goaltenders. As Cross has been outstanding for Idaho, and Barcheski has done a great job on Utah's side. Neither goaltender has allowed many rebounds. Mastrodonato with a grade A chance from the right wing. He's up to 4 or 5 shots tonight. Reed Lepster's got a point in 3 of his last 4 games to take the draw for Utah against McEachern, but McEachern once again wins the draw. Scrum out along the right corner as Harsh and Hillebrand push each other. Andrew Nilsson left point. His shot is blocked as it was blocked by Moynihan. Now Moynihan takes it away from Nilsson. 2-on-1. Moynihan skates towards the right circle. Siren pass out in front, and it's cut off by Barcheski as the passing angle was pretty tough as Moynihan trying to filter it in, and Barcheski was able to stop it. The play continues. Hillebrand tries to feed it out in front. It glanced off the stick of Horvath and goes wide. Idaho will roll one out to New Trice. Puck goes back to Lepster. Play starting to get physical again. Idaho will make a line change as they'll get 5 fresh tires on the ice. Yoon slides it back to Dashke in front of Barcheski. Dashke with the left wing feed out to Messner. He steps over the offensive line, left point. Messner, lefty shot. Glove saved by Cross. And he holds on with 14:23 left in the third. The draws game in the left circle. It's an offensive zone draw for Utah. We're keeping their shifts pretty short. Grizzlies have the forward line of Wood, Messner, and Berg on the ice. It's been a pretty productive forward line tonight. Obviously, Berg scoring the goal. It's interesting to think about that battle, that 3-way battle for the club lead with points. Wood, Dashke, and Shea each have 31 on the season. Messner looking to become the third Grizzly to join the double-digit goal-scoring club. He has 9 on the season. Idaho wins the draw. They get to center ice, and they'll wobble one out towards the end boards. As Messner collided with the Steelhead, both guys hit the ice. Idaho gets it, right point to Walton. He'll fire it towards the left corner. Miller runs it down, trying to drop it for McCarty. It goes past him. Puck pinballs around. Berge crosses out to center ice. Looking for Messner. Puck bounced. As now puck bounces 10 feet in front of Cross. Idaho clears it towards the far wing wall. Miller gets ahead. past McCarty. Hits off the referee. Briley Wood skates down the middle, surrounded by three Steelheads. Looking for a shot on the back check. Peter Walton took it away. Idaho races across center ice. They've got numbers. Murphy over to Walton. Back to Murphy. Back to Walton. He tried to shovel it towards the net. And he gets back checked by Corbett. Corbett lost his stick. We get a penalty. I think it's going to be on the Grizzlies. 13:35 left in the third. And Idaho's going to be on the power play when we come back. As Briley Wood goes to the box. We're tied at 1. And what's been an epic battle. Utah's outshot Idaho 28-25. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Briley Wood gets 2 minutes for slashing. 6:25 into the third period. It's Idaho's second power play of the night. They had one power play shot in the first period. A.J. White will take the draw. And I know Steelhead fans are ecstatic to have Wade Murphy back in their lineup. Watch out for Hank Crone. He's dynamic on the power plays on the ice as well. Interestingly enough, Matt Register is not on this particular power play unit. Idaho wins the draw. Crone plays catch with Horvath, who's had a good game. Idaho gets it to Murphy, back up top to Horvath, left side. Over to Murphy, who dance around. Now back to Horvath as they continue to play catch. Horvath shuffles towards Murphy. Now gets it back to Murphy, trying to get down the middle for White. Over to Crone, right side, shot. Hits the side of the net and it flies out of play. With 1:40 left in the Idaho power play and 13:15 left in the third. Crone tried to fire it over Barczewski's left shoulder, but there was just no room up top. Steelheads will keep the same 5 on the ice. McMessner will take the draw for Utah. He's out there with Dashke, Ewan, and Masher Donato. Grizzlies have 4 of their best players on the ice in this penalty kill unit. Draw one by Utah. Brian Ewan got hit in the hand. Shakes his hand back and forth. Gets to Masher Donato. Goes past him. Cleared out as Horvath will race after it. He gets the puck. Horvath's been outstanding tonight. 6'1", 198 pounds. He has 1 assist in 12 games. Crosses center ice with ease. Stops at the Utah line. Drops it back. Idaho regains momentum. McEachern over to Murphy. Who skates to the right circle. Back to McEachern. Who feeds up top to Crone. Back to McEachern, who's got double digits on goals on the season. Over to Horvath. Now to Crone left side. Crone skates to the left goal line. Now around the net. He'll saucer to McEachern. Back to Crone, who's in the right corner. Crone surveys. White's out in front of the net. Crone holds on to the puck. Gets to McEachern. Back to Crone. Idaho patient with their approach. Crone fires towards the net. Saved by Barczewski. Fields on with 54 seconds left in the power play. As Crone will skate towards the bench. Idaho will get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Grizzlies will get 4 fresh tires on their penalty kill. Crone just held on to the puck in the right circle, and he was just looking for some sort of shooting angle. Barczewski really didn't give him any. I think Crone was probably hoping that White would redirect it. 54 seconds left in the power play. Hoffman will take the drives out there with Moynihan and Bakanov. Up top is Blount and Matt Register. Draw one by Utah. Neil Shea. They're rolling on to Fonstad. Fonstad, right side, steps in one-on-one. And Fonstad trying to center it towards Shea. Pass goes wide of the mark. Shea will roll it behind Idaho's net. Register gets the puck. Register's got an assist in 5 straight games. Over to Moynihan, over the line, surrounded by 4 Grizzlies. He steps over the line, gets to Blount. Gets hit by Nielsen, but is able to roll the puck to the right corner. As Grizzlies' Cody Corbett continues his battle with Bakanov. Hoffman lets the puck go towards the right side. Hoffman gets these down the middle, take a righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. And Jake holds on with 12 seconds left in the Idaho power play. Barczewski's made 2 or 3 great saves here to keep it a 1-1 tie. Boy, if tomorrow night's anything like tonight, really the rest of the series, you're going to want to make sure to get your tickets here at Maverik Center. Both teams have to really be impressed with their defensive efforts tonight. Both goaltenders have been great. Goals been at a premium, and both teams are able to get good scoring chances. But both clubs have really tightened it up. The Grizzlies are going to get the 2 standings points tonight. They're going to have to earn it. Idaho makes a change as they're preparing for life after a power play. They got a pretty normal 3-4-2 defensive alignment as there's 12 seconds left in the Idaho power play as Zins joins the play with Register. Messner crouches down to take the drop. He's appeared in every regular season game for Utah since he joined the club. Over to the right side, Zins takes a shot. Saved by Barczewski. Rebound goes to Messner, and he will spin the puck out to center ice. As coming out of the box is Briley Wood. Idaho over the line. Hoffman right side. Toe drag shot is blocked by the shin of Derek Dashke. Now right side. Block fires towards the net. It goes wide. Puck to center ice. Register will wobble it back in as Derek Dashke will get it off the boards. Grizzlies switch up forwards. Idaho's 0 for 2 on the power play. Utah's 0 for 3. Yoon gets to Gallant, who skates horizontally now north-south, left wing. Gallant over the line, drops for Hillebrand, the Western Michigan product. Gallant and Hillebrand were teammates for 3 seasons. Right side, Lebster will toss it to Hillebrand, who gets it back towards Gallant behind his back. Shot! What a stop by Cross! As Hillebrand feeds up top to Nielsen, right point. He'll take a righty shot. It bounced off the Miller and will fly out to Cross, who makes a save. Boy, you can tell the Western Michigan products. Hillebrand fed it out in front to Gallant. Cross made a big save, maybe the biggest he's made all night. 10:51 left in the third. It's still anybody's game, tied at 1. Shots are pretty close to even. Scoring chances are pretty close to even. You almost have a feeling this one could end past regulation. We could be seeing overtime here at Maverik Center for the second straight game. Draw one by Idaho. They'll fire it off the near boards. Andrew Nelson collects it. Centers to Aragon. Shot saved by Cross. Everybody hacking away. Andrew Nelson gets it. Drops for Cade Nelson up top. Jones over to Nelson, who's now on the right point. Now to Andrew Nelson. Trying to get it across to Jones. Puck is jammed away by Cade Nelson. Nelson now gets thrown towards the boards by Jade Miller. As the Steelheads will wobble it past Andrew Nelson. Nelson, a foot race, lifts Kumatsi's stick. Andrew Nelson gets to Cooper Jones, who stops behind Utah's net. Jones, who's a speedy 5'8 defenseman, will get out to center ice. He'll skate out to center, cross the center red line, and he'll drive it in. As towards the left corner, near side, Peter Walton gets to Kanadi. He gets taken away. Berg, right side shot, is blocked by Kanadi, sticking and flies out of play. 10:03 is left in the third period. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Talking about good real estate here at Maverik Center. If you want to be somebody that collects pucks, right there behind one of the nets, row 1, you're probably liable to get 3 or 4 of those a game. Fans having a good time here at Maverik Center. This is about as evenly played a matchup as you can look at, as you can get. Idaho's been outscored by 8 in total in the month of January. It's the final game in the month of January for both clubs. Idaho is 5-4-1 in January. Grizzlies are 5-1 here in January. The 3 officials are talking about where the faceoff's going to be. And it's going to be in the left circle in the Steelhead zone. We're skating 5-on-5. Grizzlies have Briley Wood out there with Nick Messner and Adam Berg. One referee tonight, Harrison O'Prey, is normally an American Hockey League referee. Tyler Kesson, the linesman, gets a puck. Frisbee is waving a flag out near the Zamboni tunnel. So he gets the crowd fired up. Kind of more of a modest Friday night crowd. Looks like it's going to be a packed house tomorrow for Guns N' Hoses night, but make sure to get your tickets. And even tomorrow, pursue to get those tickets to be part of one of the more fun games of the year. Draw's going to be over in the left circle. Attendance tonight is 4,147, 41-47. Now Harrison O'Prea's talking with Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen If the Steelheads get a victory tonight, it would be a milestone win, as Everett Sheen has 199 victories as Steelheads head coach. Next win will be number 200. It's inevitable he's going to get it. Grizzlies fans are hoping it's not tonight. Idaho wins the draw. They'll tap it off the near boards. Goes back to center ice. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the period. Dashke dumps it back in as the Steelheads get it up to Crone off his stick. Neutral ice near his bench. Wood will feed it back to Brian Yoon, who slides it to Dashke. As we're halfway through the third period, Dashke advances it to Wood. Pass goes blue line to blue line. Wood couldn't accept it as Harsh lifted his stick. Fans stomp their feet here at Maverik Center. Murphy gets it across to White, across center ice. White over the line. Drops for Murphy in the left wing. Murphy across to Crone. One-timer hits the side of the net. Boy, that was a good look for Idaho to try to take a lead. We're tied at 1. Berg over to Yoon, who throws it back behind Utah's net. Crone gets this all. Crone bought a penalty, and the purchase was made. Crone behind the net got slashed. It was a good call. As a stick broke, he was pleading for a penalty, and Harrison O'Prey, the referee, made the call. So it's going to be a slashing penalty, and the captain, Mick Messner, goes to the box. 9:17 left in the third period. This will be Idaho's third power play of the night and second in the third period. As Messner just took the stick right away from Hank Crone, and with the stick breaking, that was an easy call for Harrison O'Prey to make. So Grizzlies on this penalty kill unit will have Cole Fonstad out there with Masher Donato. The defensive pairing is Corbett and Andrew Nilsson. Moynihan will take the draw. Actually, it's Hoffman. Moynihan's out there with Bakanov, Blount, and Matt Register as Idaho gets the puck left wing. As Bakanov, he's got Idaho's goal across to Moynihan. Right side, he centers it out front for Hoffman, who couldn't get a piece of it. Puck goes to the left wing. Blount over to Hoffman, back to Blount. Left side, he used to play with Indy. Over to Hoffman, who centered it towards Moynihan. He gets cut off by Masher Donato, who puts him in a bear hug, and the Grizzlies clear it out. Grizzlies will get 4 fresh tires in the ice. Idaho keeps the same 5-man unit. Register over to Hoffman. He races into the offensive zone. Skates towards the middle of the ice. Cut off by Dashke. He'll get it to Shea. Shea races one-on-one. He'll skate along the left wing. Shea skates in. He'll take a shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound goes to Blount for Idaho. 1:10 is left in the Idaho power play as Blount gets towards Hoffman over the line. He'll skate towards the left corner. Now he'll reverse it back along the right wing. As Bakanov battles with Shea. Dashke takes the puck and he'll clear it out. So Idaho will filter a line change of their own. This is their top power play unit. Wade Murphy's out there. Taking the puck across center ice is Horvath. Races over the offensive line. Gets around Corbett. Loses his balance. Grizzlies will tattoo it off the near glass. It's kept in by Crone. Crone to Murphy, right wing. He skates towards the point. Now get to a wide open White. He's on the right side. Drops it for McEachern. Cross ice pass. Connects to Horvath, who skates towards the corner. Drops for Murphy, who gets to White in the left point. White. Back to McEachern. Up top. Horvath dangles the puck left point. Across to McEachern. He's on the right side. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. White gets it back to McEachern. 12 seconds left in the power play. Over to Horvath. Walks in. Right side. Shot. Walker saved by Barcheski. Taking the puck's Masher Donato. 1-on-2. He crosses center ice. The Maestro steps over the line right side. Drops it for Dashke, but it goes past him. Dashke collects it, but it's no angle to take a shot. Grizzlies back at full strength. Both teams are now 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. As we've got about 7 minutes left in regulation. Still tied at 1. Crone in the right wing. Gets around Dashke. As puck goes back to Utah. Hume tattoos it off the far boards. Hillebrand gets the puck, skates towards the right side. Trying to center it out in front. Nobody's home as it's sticked away. Gallant was skating towards the net. Gallant trying to get towards Hillebrand. Puck is lifted towards the end boards. It ricochets off the end wall on one hop of the ice. Webster gets engulfed by Jade Miller. Puck goes back to Idaho. Crone taps it off of Dashke's stick, and a fan makes a great catch over in row 1 of section 113. What a catch by the fan, who snatched it with his right hand. And he will give it to a kid in row 2. And that kid's night has been made. 6:38 left in the third. Draws commit new tries. Puck lifted off a Dashke stick, and a fan just snatched it with the right arm. He probably saved that kid's life and then gave him the puck. As now we get some yelling, some pushing. Corbett talking things over. Play got a bit spirited as we were paying attention to the fan. Looks like we get matching penalties. Hillebrand's getting after it physically tonight. Corbett in the area as well. As looks like we got matching unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Hillebrand's in the box for Utah. And Nick Canati goes to the box for Idaho. Canati with a parting word for Harrison O'Prey. Now Canati having some words with Hillebrand. 6:38 left in the third period. I imagine throughout this series, we're going to see quite a bit of spirit and intensity. Both teams really need the standings points. If you think about it, Idaho's in 5th place in the Mountain Division. The Grizzlies are trying to climb back into the playoff race. And Utah is 8-6-0-1 over their last 15 games. So we're going to skate 5-on-5. Although Idaho right now just has 4 on the ice. Looks like Shea's going to come off. We're going to skate 4-on-4. Oh, let's rewind the tape and say we're skating 4-on-4. Ice could open up enough to break the 1-1 tie. Grizzlies have 1 goal in a 4-on-4 situation this year, and they've allowed 1 goal in a 4-on-4 situation this season. Idaho wins the draw. They might treat this as a 3-on-3 overtime session. Register patient with the puck. He'll get it towards the near wing off a Grizzly stick. On to Hoffman. Steps over the offensive line. Gets a basketball screen from Chrome. Hoffman towards the left side. Gets it over towards Ballant. As Ballant now battles with Andrew Nelson. Cooper Jones skates over trying to get it. Puck stays along the far wing wall. Now Idaho registered to Zenz. He's on the right side. Zenz skates around Utah's net. He didn't have a shooting angle. Zenz gets up top. Register, the future Hall of Famer, skates towards the left corner as he gets pushed by Nilsson. Puck goes around. Hoffman wrap around. Shot saved by Barcheski. Rebound to Fonstad, who skates around Barcheski's net. He's trying to buy a penalty. No purchase. Taking the puck. Hoffman over towards Chrome. Down the middle. Feed it to Register. Down the middle. He walks in. Backhand shot. Goes over the crossbar. Stays in play off the glass. Fonstad gets the puck. Utah will cross center ice. Fonstad stops near the Idaho bench. Puck glances off the skate onto Dashke, who's at center ice. He'll feed it back to Yoon. Yoon over to Lebster, across the center ice, over to Shea. He has momentum, left side, he'll take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. As he missed the net over Cros's left shoulder. 5:20 and counting left in the third. We're still tied at 1. Skating 4-on-4 for the next 36 seconds. Zenz will stop behind his net. As the Steelheads spread the ice. As they skate around Cros's net towards the near side. Murphy gets it from Horvath. Murphy over the line. He gets hit with a high stick, no cause. He at least acted as if he got hit with a high stick. Play continues. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Shea over the line, right side. Skates the right circle, take a lefty shot that goes wide. Shea leads Utah with 16 goals this season. He will back it out to center ice. He will skate behind Utah's net. Grizzlies and Steelheads are back to 5-on-5 skating. As Grizzlies now start the attack. Lebster steps over the line, gets around Svetlikov, skates towards the right corner. He gets taken off the puck. 4:17 and counting left in the third, and a 1-1 tie. Out to center ice off the stick. Puck will wobble and wing all the way towards Corbett. Corbett fanned on a pass. Kumatsis battles. 2-on-2 battle. Puck wobbles towards the middle of the ice. It's gathered by Wood, and he will gallop out to center ice. Wood over the offensive line. He centers it towards Messner, but the pass goes wide of the mark. Steelheads come back the other way. 2-on-2, they cross center ice. Kumatsis over the offensive line. He'll center it over towards Peter Walton. His righty shot is blocked by the back shin of Cade Jensen. Maybe his calf. Centering pass out to Hoffman. He couldn't reach it. Zen slides it towards the middle of the ice. He was looking for Kumatsis, and Corbett took it away. Corbett will get to the center red line, and he'll chip it in. As Grizzlies will make a line change. Idaho, 3.5 minutes left in the third period. Big time hit as Trevor Zenz got thrown into his own net. Hoffman will wobble it to the right corner. As Idaho, Ballant will feed it up top towards Zenz, but he'll voluntarily throw the puck out to center ice himself. As Idaho wants to regain momentum and skate in with a little bit of momentum. Back towards Ballant as he battles with Register. As Register over towards Blount. He stops on a dime, tries to get around Jones. Basketball screen from Hoffman. Blount, now he's at the near goal line. Less than 3 minutes left. Over to Hoffman, who fires it off the end boards. Puck is poked away by Andrew Nelson. As Hoffman will drop it for Zins, who overskates the puck. Taking it is Cole Fonstad. Fonstad, outstanding skater. Gets around Hoffman, gets the center ice. He gets dragged down by Blount. No penalty on the play. Fonstad back to his feet. Gets at the near goal line. Centers it over towards Shea, who couldn't crowd the bouncing puck. Now the puck bounces off the Steelhead. Left point. 2.5 minutes left in the third. We get a whistle. And slashing is going to be the call. We get a late regulation power play. Who is it? Oh, it's on Masho Donato. It's going to be an Idaho power play when we come back. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the third. We're tied at 1. Steelheads will be on the power play as Masho Donato gets 2 minutes for slashing. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Oh, we got a barn burner here at Maverik Center. We're tied at 1 in a goaltender's duel. Keaton Mastrodonato gets a slashing minor, 17-32 into the third as there's 2:28. That's the time remaining here in the third period. Both teams are 0 for 3 on the power play. It's Idaho's fourth man advantage of the night. They've got A.J. White taking the faceoff. Watch out for Wade Murphy. He scored some big goals against the Grizzlies in the past. And the Grizzlies get one shorthanded. They might be a little bit aggressive, obviously, with a tie game. You want to make sure that you don't give something back on the other end by being too aggressive. Grizzlies win the draw. Dashko winning along the near wing wall. Ben Cross runs it down, gathers the puck far circle. He'll drop it as the Steelheads will start the attack. Register moves it ahead. McEachern crosses center ice. He'll drop it for Murphy over the line. Right wing over to McEachern. Right corner, trying to get it across towards a cutting A.J. White. Pass ricochets off the boards. Register, left side. As he will throw it to Murphy behind the net. Back to Register. As he will get it towards Murphy, trying to feed it out in front to White. His stick got lifted. As we have less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Murphy will bounce off the chrome as the puck wobbles towards the Steelheads bench. As Idaho will wing the puck around the boards. Now Hume will lunge it out to Dashke, who will fire it past Hank Chrome and all the way deep in the Steelhead zone. Halfway through Idaho's power play and a minute and a half left in regulation. Tied at 1. Register drops it for Crone across the center ice. Slides to Blount, who skates down the middle. Blount over the line, veers off to the right. So drop it back for Register. He pedals towards his left. Now feeds it to Crone with great hands. Back up top to Register. Left side, he'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Puck ricochets towards the near boards. Loose puck along. Corbett with a big-time hit on Blount. As right side, Blount feeds to Murphy, who sauces it back up top to Register. He fires towards the net. Barcheski makes the save. As Hoffman is in front trying to redirect it. Puck helicoptered all the way towards Barcheski. He holds on with 53.3 seconds left in the third. You almost have a feeling all 3 games in this series are going to be these type of nail-biter games. Grizzlies have had 7 games decided past regulation this season. As they replay Corbett's big hit on Blount. Idaho has had 10 games decided past regulation. They are 4-4 in overtime, 2-0 in a shootout this year. Idaho wins the draw, less than a minute left. Moynihan slides to the left side. Blount He'll take a righty shot that goes wide as Horvath back to Blount, over to Horvath. They glanced off his stick. Fonstad races into the offensive zone, shorthanded, left side, toe drag. Blount held his ground and poked the puck away from him. Dashke left wing. Fonstad lets it go to the right corner. Grizzlies are back at full strength. Both teams have been outstanding on the penalty kill tonight. 20 seconds left in regulation. Idaho behind their net. Horvath will slide it to his left. Now, rink wide feed to Zins, who crosses center ice. Steps over the offensive line. They'll roll along the boards towards the left corner, deep in the Grizzlies zone, as Chrome battles with Hume. Gallant yanks the puck away as he gets pushed. And that will do it for regulation. We go to overtime, tied at 1. Neither team scored a third period goal. Andre Bakanov scored 8:44 into the first period for Idaho, with Brendan Hoffman getting the assist. Adam Berg scored a late second period goal for Utah. 17:41 in. There's Bergey's third of the year. Briley Wood and Brian Hume picked up the assists. Neither team scored in the third period. Grizzlies had 8 third period shots. Idaho had 12. So 12-8, Idaho had the advantage in the third period. Second straight game for the Grizzlies that's gone past regulation. In games that have ended in overtime, Grizzlies are 2-3, or the official record would be 2-0-3. Grizzlies are 1-1 in a shootout this season. It's the 11th game for Idaho that's been decided past regulation. Steelheads are 4-4 in games that end in overtime and 2-0 in a shootout. So their basic win-loss record is 6-0-4 in 10 games past regulation this season. And really, both goaltenders have put together outstanding efforts. Ben Cross for Idaho and Jake Barczewski for the Grizzlies. Attendance tonight, 4,147. They've seen a good one. Not a whole lot of scoring. It's really been great defensive execution by both clubs. It'll be interesting to see who the three on the ice are for overtime. At Delta Center tonight, that game ended in overtime. Utah had a 2-0 lead. Columbus scored 2 in the third period and 1 in overtime. The Blue Jackets defeat the Hockey Club 3-2. Grizzlies are hoping for a little bit better fate. Zach Renski had the overtime game winner for Columbus, 101 in. Let's see who the three are to start overtime for Utah. For Idaho, they've got to change first. It's going to be A.J. White, Matt Register, and Wade Murphy, 3 very experienced players. Grizzlies might have a slight speed advantage, and because of that, Brian Kanasowicz is going with some of his faster players. Cole Fonstad, Mick Messner, and Derek Dashke. Scoring chances have been pretty close to even. Grizzlies with 16 scoring chances through regulation. Idaho had 13. Grizzlies will skate from left to right here in overtime as we see it from high atop section 114. Idaho from right to left. Draw one by Utah. Fonstad. He's got 4 goals in this homestand. He's yet to get on the board tonight. Over to Dashke, who has 1 overtime game winner this season. Dashke over the line, drops it for Mastro Donato. The Maestro replaced Messner in the lineup. Over to Dashke, who skates back to neutralize voluntarily. So it's interesting. Messner is out there pretty much as a face-off specialist, and he did his job. The Maestro steps over the line, drops over Fonstad. He'll skate towards his left. Fonstad dances around high slot. Now he skates down the middle of the ice. Veers off to the left. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cross. And the whistle blows with 6:25 left in overtime. Good job by Fonstad, swirling around, seeing if he can catch Cross sleeping. He took a quick wrist shot, and Cross was able to make the stop. Both teams have taken 33 shots, and both goaltenders are 32 for 33. Grizzlies will have Messner out there once again to take a face-off. This one in the offensive zone. He's out there with Shea and Brian Yu. Yu now has a point in 5 straight games with his second period assists. Idaho will have Brendan Hoffman taking the drives out there with Hank Chrome and Reese Harsh. 6:25 is left in overtime. Grizzlies win their second straight face-off here to start overtime. Yoon will backpedal into the Grizzlies zone. Utah wants to enter with some momentum. Yoon drops it in front of Barczewski's net for Shea. Shea is like lightning on the ice. Across the center ice, bolts into the left side. He'll stop in the left corner. He gets pushed by Harsh. Shea lunges up top for Yoon. Across to Messner. Messner over to Shea left wing. They'll skate towards the left goal line. Now around the net, thinking about wraparound. Shea fires towards the net. Blocker saved by Cross. Actually, it bounced off his right arm. 2-on-2 battle in the near corner. Hume over there with Hoffman. Hoffman loses his balance. Shea gets the puck. They'll skate along the right wing. Shea surveys. Throws the Messner left side. He fires towards the net. He was looking for Yoon to redirect it. Pass went through. Hank Krone's got a breakaway. Game's on the line. Krone skates in. Backhand shot. Backhand to forehand shot and a score. You can hear Cam McGuire yelling all the way from Provo as Hank Krone, the all-star, gets the overtime game winner. It's his 11th of the year. And the Steelheads come away with the extra standing point. Krone with a great move. Fake to his backhand, went back to his left, and slid it past the right pad of Jake Barcheski. So Idaho wins 2-1. Hank Krone, no doubt, is going to be the number one star tonight. If it's not him, it's Ben Cross, who did a great job keeping the Steelheads in it. Great effort on both teams as Idaho comes away with an extra standing point. Steelheads defeat the Grizzlies 2-1 as Idaho will head to the locker room victorious. Grizzlies salute their great fans here at Maverik Center. For the second straight night, the Grizzlies get a standing point, but Idaho comes away with 2. Final score in this goaltender duel, it's the Idaho Steelheads 2, and the Utah Grizzlies 1 as Ben Cross saved 33 of 34. The game winner was scored by Hank Krone, who now has 11 goals on the season. We'll come back and talk about this thing and recap the affair and also go over some other scores. And we'll hand out the 3 stars of the game. Idaho defeats Utah 2-1 in overtime. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
If you like defense, goaltending, and timely scoring, this one's for you. Idaho wins 2-1 in overtime. As Hank Krone is a hero for the Steelheads, as he found the back of the net. 1 minute and 27 seconds into overtime. First of a 3-game set for the Grizzlies. Just a tough defeat. Idaho scored first. Andre Bakanov got his 8th of the year, 8:44 in, with Brendan Hoffman picking up the assists. Idaho's been outstanding when scoring first, as they are now 13-1-3 when tallying the first goal. Idaho led 1-0. They are now 11-0 when leading after one frame. Grizzlies got a second period goal as Adam Berg found the back of the net, 17:41 in, with Briley Wood and Brian Yoon getting the assists. For Uni now has a point in 5 straight games, and for Briley Wood, he is now tied with Derek Dashke and Neil Shea for the club lead with 31 points. So that's now a 3-way tie. Brian Yoon's been one of the best rookies in the league. Nobody scored in the third period. Idaho did outshot Utah 12-8 in the third period. Idaho had 5 scoring chances to Utah's 4 in the third frame. We got to overtime. Utah won both faceoffs in the extra session. Utah took the first 2 shots of overtime. Grizzlies really controlled the puck there, but there was a 2-on-2 battle over on the right corner near side. Idaho won it. They threw a pass out to Krone at center ice. Krone was the only guy over there. It was like he was trusting that Idaho was going to win the battle, get the puck towards him, and once Krone got it, game was on his stick as he just walked in onto Barcheski. And Krone could have done anything he wanted to. Faked it to his right, came back to his left, and slid the puck past Barcheski around his right pad. And that's all she wrote. That's how it ended as Krone picked up his 11th goal of the season. Brendan Hoffman with the assist. Hoffman ended up getting an assist in both of Idaho's goals tonight. Now, what can you say? It really was just as simple as that. Both Ben Cross and Jake Barcheski, they were stars tonight. Cross gets the victory. He stopped 33 of 34. Ben Cross's record goes to 12-4-3 on the season. And for Jake Barcheski, a tough luck loss as he saved 32 of 34. His record falls to 5-5-1 on the season. With the victory, Idaho's record goes to 22-15-4. They now have 48 standings points, and the Steelheads are 10-7-1 on the road. For the Grizzlies, they did get a standing point tonight. Their record goes to 13-22-4-1. Utah is now 8-9-3-1 here at the friendly confines of Maverik Center. It's one of 4 Mountain Division battles tonight. Kansas City gets 2 goals from Nolan Sullivan and another 2 goals from Max Andreov. Mavericks extend their lead in first place by 2 points over Tahoe. They now lead Tahoe by 3 standings points for first place in the Mountain Division. Tulsa defeats Wichita 7-3, and Allen gets a 4-1 victory as Spencer Asachuk got a hat trick for Allen, and Kyle Krenkovic, who actually spent some time in training camp with the Utah Hockey Club, he also scored for the Allen Americans. One NHL game of note, actually 2 of them. Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, get a 5-0 victory as the Avalanche got goals from 5 different skaters, and picking up a 19-save shutout was Mackenzie Blackwood. Colorado just about doubled up St. Louis on shots, 36-19. Avalanche 5, Blues nothing. And the Columbus Blue Jackets got a 3-2 victory. Utah led 2-0 after Alexander Kerfoot scored 29 seconds into the third period. Clayton Keller ended the night with 2 assists. The Blue Jackets scored 3 unanswered, including the overtime game winner by Zach Werenski. He picked up his 17th goal of the year. That was 101 into the extra session. Columbus defeats Utah 3-2. Well, tonight was Guns N' Hoses Eve, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. That's going to be a ton of fun. There's 3 charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. Gear tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. 3 stars of the game. Jake Barczewski is the 3rd star. He saved 32 of 34. Second star is Hank Crone. He scored the overtime game winner. Crone had 5 shots on goal, and Idaho fans are happy to have him back in the lineup, as tonight Crone came back after missing 10 straight games due to injury, as he had missed all 10 games in January. Leading up to tonight, Idaho ended the month of January with a record of 6-4-1. And as for the Grizzlies, they ended January with a record of 5-5-1-1. As they show some highlights on Flow Sports, and it really was just a goaltender duel, as Utah really had their looks. I mean, for the Grizzlies, the chances were there. Utah ended up with 16 scoring chances through regulation. They had another 1 or 2 in overtime. But Hank Crone, and, he's been a playmaker ever since he joined this league. After all, he was the league's MVP for the 2022-23 season. And Crone's nice move out in front of the net, faking to his right, coming back to his left, was the difference in the game. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Guns N' Hoses. He mentioned Barczewski's 3rd star. Crone is the 2nd star. Ben Cross, the Idaho goaltender, saved 33 of 34. He is the number 1 star of the game. Time of game was 2 hours and 33 minutes. Attendance here at Maverik Center, 4,147. Well, if you're the Grizzlies, you know that here over the next 3 weeks, you got to find a way to take care of business here at Maverik Center against a good Idaho Steelheads club. They've got 4 games on the road against division opponents next week. Really, do you think about this being the start of a 10-game stretch where we really going to find out if the Grizzlies are going to be contenders for a postseason spot? They are now 1-1-1-1 through 4 games of this homestand. Utah does have 4 out of a possible 8 standings points here so far in this homestand. And really for the Grizzlies, they got to find a way tomorrow night to even up the series and make sure that Monday night for the series finale, they are open to ensure that will be the rubber match. We had a low-scoring goaltenders duel. It'll be interesting to see who gets the start in net tomorrow. Is Idaho going to go back to Ben Cross, or are they going to go to Brian Thompson, who's also been pretty sharp this season? For the Grizzlies, do you go back to Jake Barczewski, or do you go to Vinny Duplessis? Was pretty solid in his last 2 outings against the Wichita Thunder. And for the Grizzlies, you kind of want to get back in the right direction on the power play. Both teams have to be ecstatic and feel good about the penalty kill. After all, Idaho went 0 for 4 on the power play. Grizzlies went 0 for 3. The Steelheads ended the night with 8 power play shots. Grizzlies had 4. So both teams were outstanding on the penalty kill. And really, I think both teams have to like the way the defensive effort looked. You get into overtime, anything can happen. Crone had the breakaway. and he made the difference in the game. And Ben Cross really was just about as good as Jake Barczewski, but Idaho comes out with one more as they come away with a 2-1 victory. So that'll do it for the month of January. It'll be a busy month of February for the Grizzlies. And as we mentioned, Utah is trying to find standings points any way they can to try to climb back into the playoff race. Tomorrow will be a ton of fun. Make sure to get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. And you got to get them now, as it might be a sellout by the time we hit face-off tomorrow night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. But we want to see you here at Maverik Center for the Guns and Hoses extravaganza, as the Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. To find out what those jerseys will look like, go to the Utah Grizzlies social media channels. Once again, Jake Barczewski is the third star. He saved 32 of 34. Hank Krohn's the second star. He got the overtime game winner. Ben Cross is the number one star. He saved 33 of 34. But you got to tip your hat to Brendan Hoffman. He had an assist in both of Idaho's goals tonight. He ended the night at +2 and had 4 shots. So you got to give Brendan Hoffman honorable mention honors for his performance tonight. So we'll come back tomorrow night and see what happens here in the middle game of this 3-game set. We had a ton of fun here tonight, but Idaho came out in the winning note. Final score, 2-1. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, of not necessarily the final outcome. Tomorrow will be a ton of fun. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com for the annual Guns and Hoses extravaganza. And make sure to make a day of it. Come to the charity games beginning at noon. And remember, a Grizzlies ticket can ensure that you get in the door for the charity games as well. We'll talk tomorrow. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.